Okay, guys, finally made it. Just a minute late. Oh, I'm knackered. Okay, I don't know who's on yet. Wow, what a day. Whew. Been a fun one. Honey, could you pass me some tissue? Okay. What is this water here? That's what I need. Sorry, guys, blow my nose. Nose is impacted from all the dust. Okay. Whew. My channel. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm live. I'm going to mute that. Okay. All right. But welcome, Mark. Come aboard, mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry, guys. A couple of minutes late. I've done it earlier because I wanted Mark and David that are here now to come and join us. We just got back in from Spain. We have had a fun time dealing with everything. Lucy just got her AdSense.
Hi, guys. I have already this one. Yay.
How was Spain? Not bad. Just unfortunately, Lucy had an appointment for 3 o'clock. They saw her at 2:30. Then we had to wait again to 4:30 to get another test done. And it was just a nightmare. Seriously, I don't think the head knew what the ass was doing, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, we're finally here. 4 on board. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What an interesting week. Mark says congratulations. So does David.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week. Okay, bit of news for you. Here's some fun. You guys are well aware of my usual videos. I've got something a little bit special planned for all of you. It is going to be something truly, truly different from my normal. No, we don't, mate. We don't have to do that because basically Gibraltar is almost COVID-free. There is only 8 cases, 6 which are confined, which are locals, and 2 visitors. Hi, Astute. Honey, Astute's on. Astute Observer. Congratulations to you too.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yeah, no, we didn't need to. Spain obviously is riddled, but obviously, you know, a lot of us now, I think a good 80% of locals here have had the test, the injections. So we are supposedly vaccinated, however you want to look at that. Right. Just for your information, as I was saying, I've got something a little bit special planned. It is something completely different to my normal videos. It's a bit of a surprise. This should get you guys by the short and curlies and pull them real hard. You should get a laugh out of what's coming. It should be released this weekend coming, hopefully. But it's going to be something very, very unique. As I said before, if anybody knows about Monty Python, it's going to be a bit Monty Python-esque. And I'm taking down these e-beggars in an amusing way. So just watch out for it. It's going to be fun. Okay? You're going to get a laugh out of it, or at least you should do. And it should put the cat among the pigeons, so to speak. So I'm doing something very, very unique, something different to what I usually do, in the same genre, in the same style, but a little bit more wacky. And you should have a good laugh. Wash hands, yeah. So bear with me. This video's been a while in the making, a while in the planning. And I've done, hey, Nomad, lost in. Nice to see you, brother. Welcome. Yep, we've got more in the house. Excellent. Yeah, so as I was saying, this video is going to be really, really different. I want to give you guys a laugh, but I also want to take a piss out of these ear-beggars. Yes. Oh, I'm definitely going to do that. So bear with me on this one. You're going to get, as I say, you should get a laugh out of this because I've been planning this sort of thing for a while. It was just getting the knowledge behind the action and preparing everything. I don't like doing scripted stuff, as you guys well know. In this case, I'm making a slight exception. It's not really a script, but it's just forward thinking and forward planning. But this should be hilarious. I want to get these guys by the short and curlies and girls, because I'm not leaving those bikini wearing e-beggars out of it either. They're also going to get a slapping. There will be no names, as per always, but the implication and the pointing will be there. So bear with me. That one's going to be fun. Let's put it this way. You're either going to love the video and get a good laugh out of it and see the funny side, or you're going to hate it and you're going to say, Perry, it's shit. What the hell were you thinking of? I'm taking a chance because I think the whole thing needs to be messed up a little bit. We've had too much of Roger being attacked by the walrus and the blob. You know who I'm all talking about, Billy Boy the Blob. I'm sick and tired of it. So this whole plan is to make a mockery of them, and I'm going to do it in a very unique way. I'm not going to say any more because I'm just giving away too much, and I really, really am looking forward to dropping this video. Hiya, Mick. So, yeah, I mean, you guys know me, and you know that I am not scared to drop these gits. I just won't use names because that's how they get us. However, there's always cartoons and the like. All I'll say is wait for it. It's going to be fun. Believe it or not, it's actually Mick that sort of provoked the initial idea. So I'm going to use that. Yes. Oh, yeah, there's plenty. I don't know if you've seen all the bikini scams come out of Cebu recently from the group of unusual females that are always scamming. Apparently, from what we've seen in the recent live streams, these little scammers have said that if simps give out gifts, not to expect anything from them. So, yeah, there you go. 7 of you in the house with me. Great. Love to see you all. Yeah, he will be, especially with what's coming. I intend to take down the walrus, the birdman from Naga City. The birdman, obviously, surname same as the famous British architect Sir Christopher Wren. You know where I'm going with this. Okay. Lucy says hi to Mick and hi to all. Obviously, Mick says hi back. Very sweet. Yes, she is. To give 30. Yes, apparently, I got her to stop by slagging her down in one of my live streams. I got the little midget to stop putting these little banners at the bottom like I've got here, asking for money. Well, apparently, she had one of her friends with her, and now it's gone back on, but it's gone back on worse. So this is going to be part of the video. So, yeah, it's not good. It is your fault, mate. I'm blaming you entirely. It's going to be good. So, yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to doing this. I've got most of it done. I just have to do the main core of it, which, like I say, it's going to take a lot of equipment, and it's taking me a lot of a new learning curve, which is good because it means if this is successful, I can do more of the same and really push this one far. So that's what I'm looking at now. Right, lost. Define scammer. Anyone who's begging for money directly. Can you donate me $20? Can you please click my PayPal and donate money to me? Look, just so we're clear, I have no problem with people getting AdSense money from YouTube. That's what it's there for. I have no problem with people getting super chats. That's what it's there for. It happens. That's no problem. But when you specifically ask for super chats, when you specifically ask for PayPal donations, when you specifically ask for gifts and then go bragging about, oh, I've just got a new drone. My sponsor gave me a drone. You're not an athlete. You don't get sponsored. You're not a disabled person. You don't get sponsored. So yeah, those are e-beggars. Anybody who tells me that they need the money for their schooling and they're not attending school right now because everything's closed, it's bullshit. So yeah, I don't know if that's cleared it up. Yes, an inflated stakes. Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. I've never seen a bigger bunch of dogs mixed together. I mean, I thought I was in a canine kennel club. Yes, definitely. And I don't know what these guys are thinking. Do they really think they're going to get their end away with these things? You've got one there who's totally anti-male. She made it very clear. 8 in the house, guys. I all out of coffee. Yes, you should do. You've got to start a channel now because now you're going to have to ask people for coffee money. Begging and scamming are different. Well, it depends. If you're begging one thing and you're scamming another, yeah. But if you're asking for PayPal donations, it's pretty much the same thing for me. For me, it comes under scamming. It's just another form of scamming. But that's my view of it. Agree to disagree. Not lost. I'm not arguing with you. Just my way of seeing it. For me, an e-beggar is no better than a scammer. They just do it in a politer way. But like I say, that's my view. I'm not going to argue with you. I understand where you're going with that. I respect it, but not my view. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've seen a lot of Flippy's ex. And Flippy apparently is not going to the US anymore. He's staying in Cebu. Well, yes, exactly. But to turn around to say to someone that you need money for your schooling when school is not active at the moment, I know because my daughter attends that school and they're not going to school right now, so they're not paying money to it. And you're still asking for that money? Is that malintent? If you're asking people to give you gifts or you're asking people to donate when it should be a natural thing that you give, is that not malintent? I mean, you know, don't misunderstand me. You know, I understand where you're going with this, Lost. I totally agree. But the way I see it is what could start off as simple begging, like saying, please, if you could sponsor me, I need to help my family. My father's very ill and it costs a lot of money for medical treatment. That's kind of begging. But when you specifically go to the point where you literally ask for money directly, for me, it stops being begging and it becomes scamming. Not being funny, I don't expect anybody to pay for my life and my existence and my food and my rent, my water, electricity, car payments. That comes from me. And I certainly don't expect it. Another individual, 2 of the old scumbags in Valencia, one's just got a car. He's doing loads of live streams to make money to pay off that car. Then you've got the farmer, the walrus from Bohol. Where do we go with that? Malintent? Definitely. But it all comes down to one and the same. They're all fighting each other for views. They've even admitted now, these females have admitted they're not getting the views that they used to get. So, a scholarship. Yeah, they definitely do. I'm sure, even at your size, your 2 left feet are better than their 2 right ones. That's for sure. A poll. Yeah, but where? Through the rectum? Sorry, did I say that live? Yeah, but I totally agree. I don't know if you guys saw the Let's Wash the Car video. Somebody shoot me. Yeah, when simps put women on the... Yes, absolutely. Exactly. Well, I had a suspicion because when somebody gifted the midgets a new camera system, whilst the midget was still with Flippy, you had to ask the question, where's this going? A few weeks later, more gifts, and he's gone. And then all of a sudden, trip to Cebu, and she's now got a drone. And not a cheap one either, because it's the same as mine. The only difference is I paid for mine myself with my hard-earned money. Yes, I am more superior in that sense. Don't get me wrong, guys. I've got no problem if somebody gives you a gift. Don't brag about it.
That's why you can give me also.
Yeah.
I will accept donation.
Yeah. So now Lucy's got AdSense. We're going to do a bikini contest. The only problem is she refuses to wear the bikini other than on top of her clothes. So you may see her walk around later with a bikini on top of a jean jacket. What can I tell you? Okay, here we go. Mick dancing with vertically. Seriously, I bet horizontally he probably dances better than them, for sure. Now, for me, as far as I'm concerned, on my channel, if you're on a live stream with me, Lost, you know me, you can have whatever opinion. I will respect it. We can discuss it. I will never fight you on it. There's no need to, because right now we have an opinion and we are entitled to it, unless you're like some of these individuals where if you say something that may be even slightly risque, you will get banned. The only thing I've ever asked on my channel, don't use real names for obvious reasons, because we must protect the guilty. So yeah, well, I mean, I'm up for any conversation we have. I'm up for any, debate. I don't call it an argument. There's no need to argue. We can always agree to disagree. Yeah, I'm still hyped up from all the driving and all the rushing around. I just spent since, what was it? When did we go this morning?
What?
We went left at what, 12:30 was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, midday. We didn't stop. We got in now and we just keep going. So I am dying of thirst. 9 in the house. Good numbers. Well, apparently the Billy the Blob has challenged our boy Roger to a live stream chat. He even admits he's e-begging. No, course clarification. No. Course, brother, never. It's cool. For sure. No worries, brother. I respect it. Who we got? Stu's got a big one. Yeah, true. One commentator bragged to Midget he's a big-time internet entrepreneur. Yeah. Guys, seriously, I think the next live stream I'm going to dress up as Batman, because I want to be Bruce Wayne for the day. Oh, God, it's quality. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Roger's in the house. All right, brother. Oh, Paul, that, yeah, I figured as much, but, I thought of a better place to shove it. That's just me being cruel. Ali, Roger says hello.
Hi.
All right, okay. We're getting through these. Oh, we got 10 in the house. Excellent. Good news. Battle Royal with the Blob. Yes. Billy the Blob, as he's now known on this channel. Our beloved friend, Billy the Blob. The one who begs, literally, and admits to it. Oh, yeah. I would just love, I've got no problem with, as I said before, I've got no problem with people making money from AdSense. If somebody wants to send you a super chat or a super sticker or a lollipop or whatever, that's cool. If you have a sponsor that gives you gifts in private for whatever nefarious or saucy reason, I don't care. Just don't go flashing about it. There's no need. All right. Okay. Yes, he is. Roger. Roger's a superstar now. I'm over the moon with it. And I got his back as well. Hence the video. Attorney, yeah. Yes, of course. Otherwise, Billy Boy's going to come and get you. Billy the Blood. You know, it's been an interesting week. Roger would admit to that. And I've got to catch up with a couple of the Walrus's videos that Roger's put me online to. I've not checked them all. I can tell you something. The baboy, the other baboy from Bohol, the one that did a runner and hid his head in shame for several months. Riz, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, seems to be trying to restart his blog. He's not the man he used to be. Dodgy as hell. God knows who got to him, but story I heard is NBA got involved. Who knows? Ah, yes, of course they are. Well, this happens all the time. I've had a few people attack me when I've made comments. I've never made rude or abusive comments. I've made comments that are pretty standard. And I've been attacked, and I don't mind. I'll fight back. I'm quite happy to do so. But I'll fight back with logic and not with whinge. Quite simply, like the guy who turned around, he said I was full of shit, and I claimed the right. He says he's got shit in his eyes if he doesn't see what's going on in front of him. And his answer was, I guess there's a lot of shit flying around. I said, I guess there is. You know, I've got nothing to hide. I'm happy to debate with anyone, you know what I mean, so long as the debate's kept clean. You know, if you've got something, if you've got an axe to grind, I'll be the stone. I don't mind. But don't come on the channel and try to make a big deal out of it. I made a comment on FSV's channel, and somebody came back to me. He says, you need to raise your standards. I said, okay. So instead of being a legend, we'll call him a super legend. Is that raised high enough for you? You know, I'm not that easily provoked. The job I do, I've got a very thick skin. Call me whatever you want. It's not going to make any difference. At the end of the day, like you say, they're just trying to hide behind their bullshit. There we go. Just adding. Longest distance drive from the furthest point in to my house. A few minutes. Remember, it's only 12 kilometers around, 34,000 people. But we weren't in my home. We were in Spain, unfortunately. And they've still got a lot of lockdowns going on. And they are very slow with the vaccinations. According to the story I heard the other night, out of the 30 million people or 40 million people in Spain, only 5 million has been done. Oh, did they? Oh, I reckon in real life they fancy you. You know, the hunk that you are. I could tell. You know what I mean? Because you know, it is what it is. I think they say that because it's like reverse psychology. Really, they want to say you're such a sweetie. That's what I reckon. Well, I've seen some funny ones. They used to require family members to wear masks in cars together until somebody pointed out to them, if I'm in the car with my wife, we live together, we don't use masks in the house, why should we use masks in the car? They can come up with some crazy ideas. Swimming was one of them. Some guy got fined quite heavily because he wore his mask all the way down to the seafront, got changed into his bathing suit, went into the sea without his mask, came out and got done. And their fines aren't exactly cheap. You're a legend in your own mind. Let's put it this way. You are the Brad Pitt, just, you know, from that other neck of the woods of Hollywood. So, yeah. It's been an interesting week, to say the least. Andy's been a bit quiet. I think he's been working on something. I know Roger's working on something. I definitely am. I've been getting a lot of info passed to me, which has really helped, actually. So, yeah. Exactly. Well, it'll be funny. UK is, I believe, third in the vaccination progress out of the world. Jib was first. Israel was second. I think UK is coming up a close third. That's not bad, really, when you consider it. Spain hasn't even done, not even 10%. UK is at 50%, I believe, or 60%. Exactly. He does. He's a superstar. Yeah. You see this? Now she's got AdSense, she can buy guns. We need to be careful. Oh, don't worry. Those beans will be well and truly spilt. We're going to have these people good. What I have planned is something real special. And I have been begging and borrowing from different friends here on our chat, little instruments to do my surgery on these individuals. So, yeah, don't worry. That's going to be fun. Lucy's been watching some of these live streams from the girls, and from what she's been telling me, I was literally unbelievably sickened. There's one specific one. She has that as part of her name, if you know what I mean, as in a letter. I'm not going to mention the name here, as I won't do that. But you all know what I'm referring to, a specific female, Miss. Well, apparently she's obviously the male bashing, damaged individual, thinks she's super special, super lovely. You know, she is what she is, and I just think she's just damaged goods. She's been going around saying that if anybody gives gifts, they shouldn't expect anything in return. Well, let me funny, if you look at your live streams and the requests for gifts and sponsorships and that, you shouldn't be doing that anyway, but they do. So really, it's hypocrisy on their part. I mean, you know, we all know why they do it. Why do they do bikini shows? Because they want to raise their views. They want to get more simps. They know that their views are dropping. They even admitted to it. Flippy's girlfriend and Miss also admitted to the loss of views, and you can actually see it on their view count. For what was then between 1,000 and 3,000 views, has now dropped to about 800 in the same amount of time. Look, you know, you do what you do to keep your channel alive, but then don't go prophesize how special you are and how ladylike you are when there's nothing ladylike about it. We're supposed to live in a world where, you know, we're supposed to respect females, and they can't even respect themselves. So we shouldn't objectify them, but they objectify us and they objectify themselves. Your call. You know what I mean? Yes. The problem is their ego has expanded to a point where they actually believe their own bull. They actually believe their own hype. They believe they are Hollywood superstars. They believe that they can't be touched. They believe that they can just ask for whatever.
Maybe you want coffee?
I would love a coffee. Exactly. Sorry, excuse me. Mick says, note to self, stay on Lucy's good side. Recorded and noted.
I'm tired.
Yeah, birthday Eve, yeah. Well, my favorite one was, oh, we're all going to Cebu. We need a holiday. Oh, by the way, can you pay for my holiday? If that isn't scamming, I don't know what is. Okay, it's begging. But as I said before, it cuts both ways. all of them at some point on their videos and live streams from Cebu said the same thing. Can you help?
Go holiday, pay your own, save money before you go to holiday.
There you go. It's what you heard.
Yeah. You work hard to save.
Yep.
Why can't they?
Well, that's the point.
If somebody want to think, but you don't need to tell them on their face. Obvious kayo.
It's crazy because, like, I think Lucy has said it well, and Britt said it well. What happens when they're middle-aged? If you're going to create a career out of this sort of thing, for me, it's just a hobby. But if you're going to create a career out of this, then you want to do something that's beneficial to you and to the site itself. You know, give something. Give something good.
If somebody will give the donation, yeah, okay, fine, but not to say, I will accept donation, I will accept super chat.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to tell them.
I've been watching Village People Philippines channel recently a lot. And, you know, her stuff isn't brilliant. It's not out of this world, but the content is good.
Hi, guys.
She tries to give good content. She does not cheat anyone. She doesn't lie about what she's doing. She doesn't beg. If she asks politely. And it's not as if you have to give anything, but there you go.
Thumbs up dan, brother kapatid. Hello.
All right, thank you, kapatid. Yeah.
Salamat sa patamsa, kapatid.
Thank you, brother. Put it there, babe. Just there. Coffee time.
I still have this one, look.
Oh, that's why they had to inject her.
Oh, they did twice, and they put me in the machine twice.
Well, this is what Lucy pointed out. As soon as the views stop, David's absolutely right. As soon as the views stop, the bikinis came out, and just a simple bikini show. There was nothing simple about it. You know, they're telling you don't expect anything from them, but then they're going to show all their guts to you. I don't get it. Thank you, kapatid.
Shout out to all here.
Shout out to you too, bro. Yes, it's okay. I've become immune to it. She keeps trying. That rat poison, once you've had it a few times, is actually very, very digestible. You know? Okay, I've been pooping green and yellow and orange, but hey, that's fine.
What?
Rat poison. The purple one's the one that worried me.
What am I gonna do for the fish? Sorry, excuse.
Separate them. Get the bags and separate them.
Oh God.
Or leave it there. I'll do it later, as well as everything else that I gotta do.
4 kilos of salmon.
We bought Lucy. Thank you, Kapatid. We bought Lucy a nice big salmon because she loves salmon. Kapamilia Kapatid is one of Lucy's groups that she's linked with. These Pinoy, really good Pinoy, and they help each other to grow their channel. They've always tried to help each other the best possible way, watching each other's videos, helping with subscriptions to try to help get them up. Like I say, good Pinoy, not the lousy ones that we've seen in the past.
Kapatid, I have already my AdSense.
Yes, they definitely will. I think they're already on the edge of the cliff, to be quite honest with you.
I'm gonna open it.
Yeah, of course. Of course. The thing is, I think they're losing subscribers. People are starting to wake up. I think recent temper tantrums and recent developments between the boyfriend-girlfriend breakup and all that drama, that has helped a lot with reducing the amount of subscribers and that. There you go, Dad. But as we always said, you can have a really good vlogger like Village People Philippines. She keeps it simple. She even says at the start, she's not scripted. She's not asking for money. If you want to help, you can help her because she tries to keep it as simple as possible. And she goes around and she shows daily life in the Philippines, different people doing different jobs. And it's good for anybody who's never been to the Philippines to get to grips with what to see there. And also gives people who've been there and miss it a chance to reminisce. So it's not a bad little channel. No, of course not. They wouldn't. You're absolutely right. Lucy's family, there's a lot, it's a large family. So there's a lot of girls, and we go down the beach and they're all wearing t-shirts. When I first saw that, I was like, you're wearing t-shirt and jean shorts? Why? Used to bikinis and bathing suits, and then all of a sudden, woof. But I could understand the modesty. However, the definition of modesty and what these girls are doing now really insults Filipino culture, in my opinion. But that's just me. It does Lucy's head in. She flips out. No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a bit of modesty. You can wear a bikini to the beach. Nobody's going to stop you. I'm cool with that. Just, you don't have to make it so obvious. It's just a view grabbing. That's all it is. Yeah, it's always. David, you hit the nail on the head. I can give you names. I've actually seen one. I'm not going to name him. He's jumped onto my channel and commented recently. He used to be on all of these other channels, and he's jumped onto mine, and I haven't seen him comment on all of these other channels now. That's good news. I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone else. I wouldn't do that. I'm not that egocentric. However, at least he knows that I'm trying to do something or achieve something good. But, you know, each one's their own. Roger asked about a few years ago that Filipinos would never wear a bikini. He said maybe he's old-fashioned, but it's something that he admired. Bikinis are okay on the beach. I'm not that much of a prude. You know, I asked you once about these girls wearing t-shirts and shorts, and I couldn't understand why down the beach. And you said because that was your culture, that you don't want to show. Yeah, and I'm saying that these girls have gone against that culture.
Yeah.
I mean, Lucy agrees because she'd say it herself, she's busy with something at the moment, but she would agree with Roger on this, and I do as well. Don't get me wrong, if a girl wants to wear a bikini down the beach, no issue with it. We've seen it in Europe, we've seen it in America, it happens. What I don't want to see is 1 minute you're doing one thing, the next minute you've done another. That's hypocrisy. It doesn't work for me. You know, you want to wear a bikini just because you're at the beach, it's cool. Just don't make a big deal of it. We're having a bikini contest. Clickbait, for sure. Very much clickbait. Yes, they don't want to tan because they cover up. Absolutely. They wear shorts. Yeah. Absolutely, David. This is the thing. I've asked Lucy's cousins and that why they wear all this rash guard stuff and they say they don't want to get brown. These girls have said the same thing. They didn't want to get tan, but they were happy to wear bikinis. For me, views are down. People are getting fed up of watching the same claptrap that they keep pumping out. You know, they talk about relationships and about how the foreigner needs to do so much better because they're not doing the right thing for the Filipinos and this and that and the other and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, if that's the case, how come this foreigner has been able to keep a relationship, a very happy relationship, for the last 12, 13 years? I mean, a gun to my head usually helps, but I've managed to keep it going. She hasn't pulled the trigger yet. She has threatened a couple of times. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I've seen. They literally go covered from head to toe, and you'll be lucky if you can fit a snorkel in their mouth, for sure. And I don't mean any disrespect. But, yeah, you know, I have never, even my kids there, I've got two daughters there, Lucy's little girls, well, little, grown up. And I always asked them, how come they went down to the beach with rash guards on and
Me and wearing the
leggings and everything in the water?
Mayan is wearing swims bikinis, but hiding, not in the public. And
Yeah.
you need to get the picture only.
Yeah, but the thing is, she didn't mind going dark.
Because she's already dark.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Totally right, Lost. I agree. Yep. No, of course not. What I'm not trying to get them to stop donating. I'm trying to get these girls to stop bloody begging the way they are. I know it probably won't happen, but if we can shame these guys enough, maybe they won't do it so blatantly. Maybe they won't ask so blatantly. The thing is, from my perspective, and I'll be honest with you, I think it's reprehensible. I think it's degrading and disgusting. If you've got a good channel and you're giving good content, which is helping people, fine. But if you're going to do a live stream every 3 or 4 hours and you're going to tell people how special you are and how you need money and that they should send you money for a school that doesn't exist or for a family that basically she never sees, things like that, dude, you know, that sort of thing has to be stopped.
Well, it's way now.
We all work. As Roger would say, and I'm sure Mark and David and that would agree, probably yourself, Lost, and everybody else, we're all hardworking men and women. You know, we get on with life. We don't ask anybody for anything. I never started this channel to make money. It was never the point. In fact, when I started this channel, I wasn't even aware that you could make money. I just always wondered how people did. But I don't care whether I get 1 million subs or whether I got 10 subs. If they're happy with the content I'm producing, if they're happy and it gives them advice and help, I'm cool with that. What I'm not cool with is for girls to raise the bullshit hopes of guys who are never going to go there, and these guys give money, because the point being, it makes people like me, Roger, David, Mark, Mick, probably even yourself, Lost, we get to look like the bad guys. When we land in places like Dumaguete or Manila, you get people looking at you as if you've done something wrong, as if you're one of these simps. I'm not. I'm far from a simp. I'm a happily married man who goes there because he has family there. What I don't want to do is I don't want to be tarred with the same brush or painted with the same brush as these scumbags. These e-begging scumbags. I don't like that, and I think it's wrong. I would prefer them do their dirty little nefarious business out of plain sight and don't drop people like myself and other good visitors and expats in. It's as simple as that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would say that. A lot of the time, you can meet a decent girl. Not all the time, but a lot of the time, you can meet a decent girl through family connections or through friends or family. Got no problem. You just got to be careful because sometimes it doesn't always work out, and sometimes it takes time to work out. But yeah, it can. Exactly. That's the point, bro. That is the point that we're trying to get through. Is all these bikini-clad videos are just for clickbait. It's just for views. They have been short of views. There has been some strange sort of upturn on viewership. Not exactly sure how or why. Maybe people have caught on. So people like Roger, people like Andy, Fat Slob Vogue, myself, and a few others, they know what we're doing and they know we're going for them. So maybe that helps. And the worst part is, a lot of these buggers were in my wife's hometown, which boiled my blood, and we know them. They never started e-begging until, well, they probably did, but I hadn't noticed it until Lucy was close to coming back home. It's a long story. Yeah, no, it's not about modesty. It's about culture. If in the culture of a country, you know, it's more considered good behavior to be more modest, then fine. My issue is they're not using it for any other reason but to provoke views. It's as simple as that. They're running low on views, and that's what they're having to do. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, the problem is these girls are well aware that it's easier for them to pick and choose than it is for a guy. Unless, of course, the guy turns up with a shitload of money, then he can pick and choose what he wants. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. For sure. Yeah, they don't. They tend to stay in there. Absolutely. You can see them in BGC and Makati and places like that. They don't, because most of the Filipinos there are too westernized anyhow, so they won't leave. Yes, yes. After a few of the begging baskets got shifted to Cebu, um, definitely a lot of things changed for the better. For now, let's see how long that lasts. Yeah, absolutely. But from my perspective, if you see what I mean, they're right in my back door, and that balls me up. They've only been there in the last, say, year to 2 years, and it boils my blood that these people won't even mix with the Filipinos unless it's female. They won't blend in. They won't try to understand the language or the people or the customs or the food. In fact, most of their videos, they slag down the food, the cultures, and the styles. So I'm more than happy to deal with them. Yeah, of course it does. Sex sells. But for me, they're, it's like, I think the previous comment comes into this. Sex sells, but for how long? If they had their own job, their own business, I wouldn't have an issue. If they were just limited themselves to AdSense and super chats, I'd have no issue. But when you start directly begging and you start then getting girls in bikinis, even very young girls, 18 years of age, taking them to your house to interview, it starts to become something it's not. Maybe that's just me. And unfortunately, I'm very bullheaded. And once this dog gets the hold of the bone, he don't let go. Just the way I am. Yes, agreed. They aren't that modest. But then again, they're not displaying it all over YouTube either. What they do in a disco, we all get pissed, we all get drunk, we all have a bit of fun. In a disco, I've got no issue with that. We're a human. But when you purposely put it on YouTube, really? It also goes, I mean, they're also in breach of a lot of Filipino laws. And I'm happy to. Yes, we do need to make that for. We have to have our condos set up for that. We need all those walking frames and stuff. I mean, a lot of people would say that we're making too big a deal out of this and that we should mind our own business. When you bring your business to my doorstep, it becomes my business. Okay? I had a good reputation there. I did well with the people. I mixed in. I've tried to learn the language. I try to help those that truly need it. And I've never asked for a penny from anyone. It's always come out of my pocket. And I've never complained. And I will do it again tomorrow. And I will keep doing it. I don't have to make a video about it. We've done it. It's there. However, you come to my backyard and you start to soil it and put shit, that dog shit down, and you won't clean up after you, we got an issue. And, you know, old dogs need to be put down from time to time. And if I have to be the vet, that's the way it's got to be. We all know who I'm referring to, and I'll happily debate him as well. This is a guy who cannot take a debate. He loses his temper and starts threatening people. It's simple. You want to do that, go somewhere else. I don't want it in my neck of the woods. Yeah, but most of them are bayots anyway. Has Mark gone? Did I? Okay. Are you going, David? I think I've missed something somewhere. I'll try not to. Ah, okay, there you are. I must have missed something. Look, I mean, you know, we could debate this thing back and forth all the time as much as you want. Already, they're in breach of the BIR laws in the Philippines because, according to the wonderful President Duterte, he made it very clear that bloggers in the Philippines must pay their taxes to the Philippines. If you watch a lot of their videos are down to being somewhat risque when it comes to talking about politics in the Philippines. A lot of them do. I try to steer it as clear and try to keep it social. You know, sometimes I have to dip in, but I try to keep it polite as well. But each to their own. What I don't want is I don't want to see people in my neck of the woods. When I go there, I don't want to be looked at as if I'm like this prick who lives there telling everybody, oh, it's okay. It's okay for me to sexploit my girlfriend and have her do bikini shows because I pushed her into it because I had a bikini fund and a land fund for her. Dude, if you're getting paid Social Security and it's your girlfriend, your responsibility, you pay it. Simple. We've all got our lives to live. I put money in my account towards my pension, as does every working person. What we don't need is for somebody to be pilfering that as well. Comments I've had from people who have followed. Yeah, I've seen a lot of this. I have seen a lot of people recently turn tail. I've actually spoken to a few of them privately, and that's why I'm saying I can't mention names. I wouldn't do that because a lot of these people are just getting more and more info. There's a lot who jump onto these live streams of these individuals to boost their own channels, which that's up to them. But then I see a lot of people being very disillusioned. They thought these people were one thing, they turned out to be another. It happened to me. How can I put it? The Dirty Dog in Valencia, I was over the moon with his channel. I thought he gave some great information. 3 months down the line, I was absolutely disgusted by what I was seeing. And I thought, surely a man of his age should be doing better than this. He had a really good channel. Why ruin it? All right. Oh, cool. There you go. Lucky for some. Make it hard. Yes, I'm sure. There you go. The midgets stayed out very yes. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. She, as soon as she was, in my opinion, I don't know if that's the right word, but manipulated by other friends there, and they sort of pushed her into it. Maybe it was peer pressure. I don't know. She started turning up on in thongs and God knows what, and maybe it was, they told her that she was sexy enough. I don't know. Does nothing for me. But it's just another way for her to make the money, and that's, I think she's on a roll. She now has sponsors who sponsor her. Uh, if you've got sponsors that are sponsoring you, why the hell would you need to ask for more money? I guess enough's never enough. Yes, they do. They do have the patter. And unfortunately, this car salesman really, I saw the other side of it, and I felt so unimpressed and let down. I was deceived, and I should have seen this coming. I didn't, but you live and learn. Yes, she is. She doesn't have the finances that she had, and she's pushing to get it. Look, also, people seem to forget, if you're in the public arena, if you're on YouTube, same as me, same as anyone, if you're in Hollywood, not that it's the same thing because it's completely different, you are open to attack. Both Roger and I know this well. We've been attacked left, right, and center. You're open to attack, and that goes with the territory. You have a channel, no matter what you're doing, somebody's going to attack you. It's as simple as that. Okay. Yes, on her bottom of her page, she's added more, and Miss has also added loads. PayPal's, Patreons, give me coffees, probably a GoFundMe, and give me money now, and links to Oxfam and UNICEF, and but they all link to her PayPal. I don't know. Truly, I don't know. And it gets to the point where you have to say, when is it going to be enough? Yeah. I don't expect my channel ever to explode. It might do one day. I don't know. I don't expect it to make money. It's not why I do it. In fact, this wasn't even the type of channel that I wanted originally. Originally, I planned to have an action adventure channel in the Philippines, out with my 4x4, out with my drone, out with my bikes, going up mountains, seeing the volcanoes, waterfalls. You know, I wanted people to see the Philippines other than just another Bangkok waiting to happen, or in the process of happening, or already happened, whichever way you look at it. And unfortunately, COVID was had very nicely decided, you ain't getting shit, Perry, you're staying at home. So I had to do something, and I wanted to do something to help. And that's why I created what I created. The videos are what they are. You either love them or you hate them. And to be quite honest with you, I personally, if you hate my channel, that's cool, no problem at all. Go look at a bikini. You're going to the Philippines in 2 years' time or in a year's time. The information I'm giving you is not enough. Go watch a bikini. You know, or you can watch someone pretending to be Filipino, or you can watch someone telling you his old stories of how he used to be on a cruise ship, and every other second video is a cruise ship, and the next video after that is a cruise ship. That's fine. If that's your taste, no issue. But then don't try to fucking paint me with the same brush. Sorry, I jumped that one. I apologize. Yes, of course they do. But how long can that last? You know, it's like they say, if you've seen the door painted white for the first time, it's surprising. And over time, it becomes a little less interesting, and it just becomes mundane and normal. I'd rather not go there, to be honest with you. I don't want to go in a woman's mind. I'm scared. Yeah, okay, you can look at it that way. I have no problem with that, but don't do it on my back door. Uh, I respect what you're saying. And yeah, I understand what you're doing. You bleed them dry. If somebody came up and said to me, can you promote my product on your channel? Yes, I'd be a whore for that product. Of course I would. I wouldn't be stupid. I understand that. But that's only going to last so long. They're only going to want me for my product for so long. What I'm saying is maybe they should think further down the field. Life's very, very short, and you've got to make up for getting to your old age at some point. But that's just my opinion. But I understand. I respect it, Lost. I really do. Yeah, they will definitely crash and burn, and that's what happens, unfortunately. This is the problem, is what I've just been saying, and what everybody's been saying here, really. And Lost put up a really good point. He said if he had a pair of tits and an ass that was viewable, he spread those bad girls like mad. I respect that. What I don't respect is when you get a girl who's doing it because she's been provoked to do it because of a man, or a girl because she hates men. She does it because she wants to bleed them dry. Fine. Do whatever you've got to do, but don't do it in my back door. And certainly, if you're going to have no respect for yourself, have respect for people who know you. My wife knows these individuals, and this is one of the issues. She actually quite liked these people until she saw what they were doing. I guess horses for courses, let's say. No, it's not. It's not what I want to do. I try to keep my videos as far away from that as possible. As you know, I've only ever done one or two that are linked to that. And then the recent one I'm going to do is going to work that way as well. Of course, and that's what we try to promote. Hi, Dark Angel. Welcome to the group. Finally in. Here we go. Yeah, he does. Roger's got one of the best and amusing channels that I've ever seen. Makes me smile every time I watch him. And look, we're all going to have different opinions. Some are going to be for them, and some are going to be against them. I just think it's wrong, but that's just me. I don't think that's what YouTube's for, but that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? I can't judge that. Yes. Yes, I left for a while. It was only 10 days, but I needed a break. I was basically fed up of seeing the new little schemes and scams and that. There are scammers and beggars everywhere. The whole world's full of them. And they do it for different reasons. I would rather give money to some poor guy who's got no leg, is filthy as fuck, and he's on the street because he can't do any better than I would to someone who's prancing around in a bikini. Maybe that's just me. I don't think I'm that desperate to chase after a woman. I have a very good one. And it's just too much effort. They do. They bring a guy down. They really do. All right, who we got? Okay. Say hello, everyone. Thank you, Dark Angel, for joining. Yeah, we've been, just to catch him up, we've been talking about these e-beggars or scammers, whichever you want to look at it. Some of us differ in opinion on that, which is really cool. That's what we're here for. We're here to discuss in a polite, manly, and astute way. because we can't reach each other and nobody's got battle axes and cannons and arrows and bows and machine guns and nukes. So we have to do this thing in an honorable, gentlemanly, good old-fashioned debate. So, yeah. Yep, you can discuss anything you want. Thank you, Dark. Good. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you want to talk about Bayots, I mean, go ahead. I'll turn away and carry on doing something else. I'm kidding. Just my way of saying hello. Excuse me. But no, I mean, we've just been saying that we've all got a difference of opinions on this e-begging thing. Lost, who's been brilliant on here, has had some really, really, really good points. And I respect that because he brings up points which the same as these e-beggars we may miss. And it's good to have them in the air because basically it shows us the reality of things as well. I mean, we're not all innocents. None of us here are angels. My wings were shorn off a long time ago and burned to a crisp. So, yeah, it's good to have that sort of interaction here. One thing I've always tried to do with the channel and the live streams is to have it as interactive as possible. And occasionally we bring in the eye candy and Lucy pops in her head in from time to time. That raises the spirits because you don't want to see my ugly mug every minute. Okay, guys, we've got 10 in the house. Yeah, so what can I tell you? As I said, it's been an interesting week. And the most interesting part was seeing how the Epstein 2 are bouncing back and forth with each other now. No new content there. Yeah, of course. David, absolutely agree. Yeah, absolutely. This is why when Lost and I started having a bit of to and fro, which is really cool, he, you know, I respect the guy's position totally, 100%. You know, he's got his beliefs and he'll stick by them. That's admirable. But it's like you say, you have got to have a decent conversation. We always have here. We've had a laugh. We've taken a piss out of each other. Mostly I'm the victim, but there you go. That's cool. I wasn't crying. Well, you know, I'll cry later in the wife's chest. Okay. And there is a difference between not accepting the reality of it. Everybody has a right to an opinion, the same as we do, okay? Some of us may agree that this e-begging thing's too much, and some may say, no, hang on, you guys have got it wrong. And that's what we're here for. This channel is here for that. Good old banter, good old talk, and let's hash this out. Okay, except for Lucy, when she gets her opinion in, the less you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Because once she started, that's it. Even I can't get a word in. Yes, this I've noticed quite a bit as well.
Throw the garbage first.
Why, you smell?
I can smell it.
Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, totally. Look, like I say, that's what we're here for, Lost. And to be honest with you, believe it or not, I appreciate you commenting the way you have more than you all know. Yeah. There ain't nothing wrong with what you said. I think you said everything perfectly. Yeah. It makes us wake up to what the side that we're not seeing. And that's great. This is the whole point of this. Ain't none of us here perfect. And that was what I was trying to get across. Yeah, exactly. And I think Lost made it clear. Begging is sad and scamming is just downright disgusting. So, yeah. Well, the thing is, they don't have real residents there. They're living there. Most of them are living there on visitor visas. And that is going to change soon. The laws are going to change. It's already been mentioned by Malacanang Palace. It's a very good point you bring there. And I wanted to bring this up myself, that they're going to drop this thing where you can go for 3 years, step out of the country for 1 day, and then do another 3 years. That is going to stop. They've taken the same route that Vietnam and I believe Thailand is starting to do now, because they know that a lot of expats are staying there and a lot of them are broke-ass bastards. There has to be something. You know, we can't leave our waste there. I think visitor visa should only go to those who can prove income. Unless it's a retirement visa, that's a different story. Yeah, I mean, you could ask for it financially, but how can you prove it and not prove it? But yeah, they should have a job or some income like decent Social Security. Yes, there would be. Yeah, they've already started. And I know the last one that I saw some months back, Duterte making a thing. This was just before COVID hit hard. And he was already talking about it. And during the months of March, April, May, and June, it came up several times on GMA News that they were already looking at changing the visa system, the visa structure in the Philippines to stop this abuse where they see the loophole of the 1 day out. So that should be interesting. It could be, you know, you could look at it that way. You know, I'm not going to make too much of an issue out of it. I think it was a great conversation. I think we've all said our piece. I think they've been great. Modesty, to some degree, but that isn't just what we're talking about. These girls, it wasn't just about bikini shows. Following them for as long as we have and seeing what's been going on, knowing them from a personal level, sorry, guilty because my wife knew them and she's disgusted with them. She's a Pinoy. Not just about bikini shows. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. They have been begging even before the bikini shows. I made a live stream attacking the fact that they put the little strap banners that I've got at the bottom there. You can see it down there. Because I put that down there and I put down about not mentioning real names. In the live stream that I did, I attacked a few of these people by putting on their strap banner that they accept super chats and PayPals. You don't need to put that down on your channel. That's clean begging. It's unnecessary. You know super chats are available to you. People will give you if they want. You don't have to beg them to do so. And you don't have to lie about it and say you use your school for it when there's been no school for over a year. Wear a jacket.
I didn't bring jacket because I thought it's already warm.
So the disagreement is not just about that. And, you know, I don't call it disagreement. Discussion. You know, we don't disagree. We just don't see everything eye to eye. They should do. If you're married to a Filipina, obviously, or Filipino, whichever the case may be, you should have better chances of visitation. Right now, it's very restrictive from my point of view. But if you've got a tourist visa, you should be like other countries. You have to have a limit of, I think it's like so many days, and then you've got to be out of the country for 90 or 180 days. Yeah. Yes, I've heard. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Something in that bracket, but I heard something a bit different. I heard that you could get up to 2 months maximum, or is it 45 days? And then you would have to leave the country for 90 days minimum. Don't quote me on that, but that's something that I heard. Expats moving out there with unstable personalities. Yeah. Well, the thing is, they don't, in my opinion, I don't think they do enough background checks. And that's one of the problems as well. If you watch Australian immigration, no matter what country you're from, if you've got a criminal record, you ain't going in. End of story. Yeah, yeah, it has to. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. That's one we're going to agree with 100%. You should adapt to the culture and the country. You know, you can be British, you can be American, you can be Australian, you can be whatever you want, right? You'll always be that person. You'll always be whoever you are. Just because you go to another country, you don't have to change who you are. You just add to it. I don't see it as a losing. I see it as a gaining. And I think people like Roger, maybe Mark and David too, would agree with me that you, like you said here, you adapt to do better. Well, there's somebody in my neck of the woods, some other old git from a cruise liner, who blatantly said on his channel that he will not adapt to the Filipinos. The Filipinos must adapt to him. I've never wanted to punch a guy in the head so much in my whole life. You know, there's one thing, you've got to have respect wherever you go. If I go abroad, you know the old saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. No. We're going to do what we want. Sad. But I totally agree. Yes. The thing is, you shouldn't be allowed to retire to another country at 45 unless you're rich. And going back to the statement earlier on about means testing, I think Astute mentioned it. There should be something about that because if you're, you know, if you're going to be that young, yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Sorry, guys, I'm just rushing through because I'm falling a little bit behind and I don't like doing that. Yeah, of course. Look, if you go to another when in business, yeah, of course. Look, it took me a while. It took me a good couple of visits to the Philippines to adapt and adjust, and it took me still years afterwards, visits afterwards, to start to understand the culture. Now I go there and we laugh about it because my wife says I'm becoming more Pinoy than her, and it's just it's just a bit of fun. Why? Because at the end of the day, like you say, and I think Dark said it best, you leave it at the airport. You leave it at the airport. You know, you're coming for a great holiday. The more you adapt, the better your holiday is going to be. But if you're going to sit there on your channel saying you will not adapt to them, you won't even have, with all the interviews that you've done, there'd be 99% Westerners. Why not bring a couple of Pinoys on there? Why not tell the people about the great people of the Philippines? But no, he'd rather tell you about his fishing boat that he was on. Crazy. We're all here because we all believe the same thing. We may have differences in opinions and a lot of things we say, a lot of our beliefs, but the general seed of the whole thing is, or the crux of the whole thing, is we all seem to think the same way. We believe that when we go to the Philippines, we should be doing the right thing. Leaving our bullshit at the doorstep, walking in, big smile on your face, understanding and accepting the culture, the people, the food, the place, the law and the rules. That goes without saying, and that's one of the best things we've got. A lot of them don't do it. Look, listen and learn. Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. Yes. Yeah, I made that mistake when I first went there because I went there clueless. I hadn't been that far before. I'd been in Western Europe mostly and North Africa. I'd never really been to the Philippines. And I did try to understand it from outside, but there's nothing worse than trying to understand it from a guidebook or from a website. I had to be there. So, yes, I fell into a couple of potholes. Luckily, Lucy was there to pull me out of them and guide me in a better way. And I'm grateful to her because it gave me a better understanding of the people, the culture, Now I don't make such a big deal of the crap that I used to make big deals of, because it's no longer a big deal. And I got to adapt and understand how things were done there. So we have a party. I don't care if half the bloody Baron guy comes in. Why? Because it's just a party. There's food there to be eaten. Yes, that is the problem. What gets me, the ego trip. Big vision. I try to dress down as much as I can because I don't want to be that bloody foreigner. Kills me. Yes, it was. It was like a punch in the head. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely loved it. It was beautiful. It was everything I thought it was going to be and more. It's just that I don't think I was really psychologically ready for it. And thankfully, Lucy was there at the other end to drag me through it. Big bad woman. And a small ball of fun. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Mr. Blubber, the walrus. But yeah, no, I totally agree with Dark's comment there. It does come as a culture shock. And I've been accused of being very defensive, protecting Filipinos. In the job that I do here, we see a lot of OFWs come through. And I have to tell off my guys on my teams. And I have to remind them that racial abuse will not be tolerated, even if it's meant in jest. And I've had to put my very large foot, a very large wide foot, up several asses to get the job done. Because at the end of the day, I've always said the same thing. For me, they are some of the coolest people I've ever met. I've had great times with Filipinos. Culturally, artistically, inventively, engineeringly, they come up with some shit I wouldn't even think of. You know, it surprises me every day that I see something new. Every day. Modest respect. Yeah, of course it is. Look, once again, it goes back to when in Rome, do as the Romans do, you know. A simple como está, salamat po, you know, kuya this and there that, you know the words. I don't have to bloody tell you how to do this. But you know where I'm going. It gets you everywhere. Guys, we've got 12 in the house. Some good numbers there. Welcome all, welcome all. You can jump in on the conversation. Anybody who wants to jump in on the live stream, I'm going to post the link. You can do as well. I don't mind. But yeah, definitely. Yes, I've seen that a lot. As I said, I saw it from even myself on my first trip. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it. You know, I was ready for something new, or at least I thought I was. Then when I went there, I had a bit of a wake-up call. But once again, I had the benefit that Lucy was there. So when I screwed up, she was very quick to put her foot up my ass. So, you know, I was lucky.
That's the wife job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm charging my GoPro.
Oh, no, I invite them on. I've just tagged the link. Normally, I do that earlier. Yeah, I can definitely have people on to talk. I have no problem with that. I'm not just going to keep reading. I try to read all the comments, and I try to get the conversation going. A lot of guys don't want to be on the side of, you know, just a join thing. But yeah, you can join on anytime you like. I'm not petty about it. This is for everyone, not just for me. So yeah. I know. I keep wearing my t-shirt over my bikini because I don't want to be seen. I was very fortunate. You know, how can I put it? We met in the most honest of ways. And, you know, we never thought it was going to be a real thing, and it became something very real. And here we are 12, nearly 13 years later, still together, still driving each other balmy, which we do. You know, what can I tell you? Well, do I love you? Probably not. Right, let's see. I am. I have been learning words. I actually learn better with my, I think she's 9. How old is Chloe?
Chloe is 12.
12. Did I miss years?
11 or 12? 11.
Sorry, I learned from my niece, who I somehow have forgotten the age of. Oh my God.
I think it's almost 12, not 11.
She teaches me, and
she's taller than Juan.
Thing is, if I could spend 6 months in the Philippines, I could definitely learn the language.
Chloe is more taller than Juan.
The benefit is because I speak English and Spanish and some Portuguese, I'm able to relate better to what they're saying, and I can understand them more better than I can speak. But I am learning, and I will learn more. And hopefully, if I get a chance, I will learn it fluently. Libra, yeah, free, exactly. I like that one. You're going to see that on my next video. That's a point, Dark. If you subscribe to my channel, I will be releasing another video. It's going to be something different. You don't have to subscribe to watch it. Just if you do, you should have a laugh with it. It's going to be fun. If you like Monty Python, you're going to love that one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna the link. Oh, copy the clipboard. Control V. I put that on again just in case. Right. Yeah, I do tend to put this link on. I would not want to be considered an egocentric kid who's always on here on his own. But nobody wants to join me because nobody likes me enough. I'm kidding. But I'm glad to see so many. I wasn't sure if this would be a good time, but I definitely wanted to try to get Mark, David, and a few others who I'd missed in my later live streams on. I like their opinions too. But no, it's good to see new faces, and it's good to have new opinions. You know, I've always said that about the channel. I like to have people with opinions. I respect them. I've got no issue debating it. I'm not always going to be right. I don't expect to be. My ego isn't that big. Wife's proven that already. Yes, absolutely. I try my best. I can't always get it. I do try. Lucy's noticed that I try to string sentences together. Sometimes I sound good. Sometimes I sound like an absolute tossbag. But hey. You see? She won't even let me bloody watch the fucking photographs. Excuse the language.
Me and saw it. Me and found it. I hide it, but
What?
me and found it.
Found what?
My picture when I'm wearing the bikini. I take on the picture.
Yeah, keep going.
But no.
Oh, what? Hang on. I was arrested and booked. Every man. Oh, God. Okay. The two old guys from the Muppet Show in Dumaguete, you know which two I mean? They just released a video 3 hours ago talking about past endeavors. Somebody please put a gun to my head. Oh, on a cruise liner. On a cruise liner. All right, 11 watching. Yes, we do. But I think that's, for me, I think that could be to our detriment as well as our benefit, because it makes a lot of us get lazy and we don't learn the language like we should. That's the way I see it. Lucy, you see, still look luscious. PayPal link on the way. Super chat. Yeah, anytime, mate. Yeah. Looks like we might have one of our guys jump in. It'll be good fun. Okay. All right, I have no issue. In fact, the more the merrier. You know what I'm like, yeah. 12 watching. We're doing good numbers. Okay, you guys know that normally I do this later on to try to fit in Filipinos as well. Unfortunately, I have to change that a bit because, yeah, I want to try to fit everybody in at different times, try to get everybody a chance. You guys have got as much to say as I do, and you know I respect that. Sorry, dehydrated. It's been a long day. Tend to burn out a lot recently. Not been 100%, but still pushing forward. And when you got to do these running arounds to Spain and the medical get it wrong and they don't want you to use an ambulance, then they want, let's not even go down that road. Okay, yeah, Andy's been very quiet recently. As I said before, not sure. I did speak to him a couple of times. I think he's got something in several irons in the fire at the moment. Babe, I've got some Rennies on that side.
Yeah.
Can I think that food's picking up on me? Okay. You've not checked the bedroom?
Yeah.
We don't speak language so much. Yeah. Well, something try. But like I say, I've picked up a hell of a lot recently. Yeah, and I've heard a few things that have been a bit not so good. Kapan, welcome. Yeah, we know he's invited him. What's the point? The guy's admitted he's an e-beggar, so what difference does it make? Yeah, I mean, I think I can. I'll put the link there. I think we're allowed up to 10 people. So, yeah, you can jump in anytime you want.
10 people? Really?
I think you can. I don't know. Hang on. I have to look at that.
Okay, guys, show your face on the screen.
There you go. Kapan's joined us. Oh, did he? I haven't even looked. I've got to look. I've been out all day, so I've not looked at anything. But thanks for the heads up. Definitely have to look at that. Hey. Okay, we've got Lost with us. Is that a Colombian flag?
Hey, what's happening?
Hello, brother. Welcome.
Oh, let me put my mic a little closer to my mouth. There we go. Probably hear me better now.
Hey, nice to have you. Good. I'm glad.
Yes, that is a Colombian flag. If you don't know, I'm married to a Colombian, so.
Even better. That's not a problem. I just, caught me by surprise. But it's good to have you on. Believe it or not, you are the first person to be live on my live stream with me. I'm usually live on somebody else's. You were the first on mine.
I guess I'm honored then.
Why not? Like I said before, it makes me happy that we have people with different opinions, and that's what we're here for. We're not just here to say how special we are. That is not the plan of this. And I loved your comments before. Still do. I think you meant a lot of really.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think our opinions are drastically so different. I mean, I agree plenty with you. I mean, I think the only thing I kind of sort of disagree with you, I mean, when I put it in the chat earlier, it's just the modesty of the Filipino people, and just in general. And that's mostly within my experiences also. I have been to the Philippines. It has been 10 years since I've been there. But, I have been there and spent a bunch of time there. So I'm familiar with the country and the culture. So
perhaps the difference is in the provinces, they are more discreet. Maybe that's the issue. In my wife's
That's
town,
true for sure.
in my wife's town, Dumaguete, they do seem every beach I've ever been to there, you don't see a girl in bikini and that. But that's like I say, and these girls are from outside Dumaguete. They're living in Dumaguete, hence my back door, hence the problem I have. But it's not just them. That's just one part of a bigger picture. But yeah, I mean, I think that's where the confusion is because, you know, you could go to somewhere like Angeles City and the girls are really, how can I put it, very open. You could go somewhere like Makati.
Yeah,
and
well,
they're very
I'm not talking about it. Yeah, I'm not talking about Angeles and yeah, I mean, well, clearly we know just around the world, you know, you get outside big cities and people are more conservative and more traditional. I mean, that goes for probably every country in the world. But I commented earlier about the bathing suit situation, like swimming with their clothes on, and you know, there's two facets to that. One of them is yes, they want to stay lighter skinned. The other one is most of them don't own bathing suits that I found. I mean, some of them do, but generally they don't have a whole lot of swimwear in general.
Okay, you could say that, but in the yokai, which are 10 a penny sort of clothing, there's plenty there. I know because my wife sells that stuff, and I could agree to disagree in some ways because I've seen the girls there. Most of them do wear the bikinis, but they wear them under the. I know it doesn't make sense, but they wear them under their t-shirts. A lot of them don't want to get.
Yeah, no, yeah.
They want to get up. But then again, I mean,
I agree. And yeah,
like I said,
and there's, you know, there's different you know, social kind of economics to it all also. So
yeah, I mean, I think you said it best earlier on when you said if they're gonna get views, they're gonna do it. Yeah, I mean, you know, the old saying goes there: if you've got it, flaunt it. I've got no issue with that, but then don't come on your channel and then try to be modest afterwards and try to be all ladylike. It's just bollocks.
Now that is, I totally agree with you on that.
That's the problem.
Don't do it. Yeah, like if you're coming out, oh, I'm all modest and I'm conservative and you know, all the BS they say, and then you know next week because reviews drop, you know they're prancing around in a bikini or you know whatever it might be, you know, doing some stupid dance. That I get. Yeah. That I totally get. But within the social media days, I mean, you know how many people are just making money off of the TikToks and the Facebooks and Instagrams and everything else. So I know it's weird and it does seem weird, but I already know dozens of people who are just making money off of just being what do they call them, influencers?
Yeah.
You know, take that for what it is. I think it's kind of silly, but the fact of the matter is people are making money off of this. So you know, if women want to, you know, show themselves, say, in a sexual way, and they're not being like gross and overly advert about it, I don't have a problem with it personally.
This is it. This is what I was trying to get at before. I think you said it very clearly and it makes sense. The problem I have is this. It's very simple. They came on, they started a channel. Yes, it's like, give you one example. She started a channel because her boyfriend pushed it into her. Why? So she could get AdSense money so he didn't have to pay her any allowance. I know this for a fact. This is fact. Then what did she do? Her cooking channel wasn't making that much money. It was sort of dwindling. And she didn't have that many views. So what did she start doing? She started doing a sort of interview channel where mama sanning people out. You know, oh, this is my friend. She wants a foreigner boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. Looked really bad. After that, she jumped onto dancing. Now, she does all this dancing thing. You can't dance for crap. I mean, that's neither here nor there. Puts on the least clothes possible. Make your mind up, shit, or get off the fucking pot. Sorry to be so rude. And then all of a sudden, you're going to go on your boyfriend's channel going, hi, I'm really special. Look at me. I'm really. It doesn't wash with me. Seriously, it doesn't. I mean, maybe this is me.
I totally agree with you.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to bully anyone. I'm not trying to beat anyone down. I just like to point out the fact that what it is what it is. I do so on my own videos. I don't use names. I try not to use names, and I try not to pull punches. But I definitely say it as I see it. I'm no innocent. I've done things. I'm human. They are human too. All I would like to do is, if they're going to make a dancing channel, stick to bloody dancing. If you can dance, don't stick to eBay. I mean, for fuck's sake, you're getting money from your AdSense. You're getting money from your super chats and your super stickers. Really, you've got to ask for PayPals so you can buy land? Get a fucking job. Sorry. That's the way I see it. I've been a working man all my life. I'm hitting 50 this year. Yay. Good for me. You can see the face of happiness. I'm hitting 50 this year, and I've worked hard all my life. I'm ex-military. I've been serving Her Majesty's government since I was 17 years of age, in one way or another. All right. I still am a badge-carrying member of serving Her Majesty. I'm a type of guy that believes that you work for a living. You make your money. If you retire and you've got a pension, go nuts, enjoy. You've worked for that. But you don't, you buy land yourself. You don't ask simps to go buy land for you. You don't get your boyfriend to ask simps to go buy land for you. That kills me. It really does.
No, I agree. And I call it a phenomenon. This whole, I'll use the word donating to be generous, but it's just giving money to, I'm specific. Well, everybody does it, but in this context, I'm specifically talking about guys giving to girls because they're pretty. This clear simping, this clear phenomenon that I for the life of me, I can't understand it, why you would do that. But clearly something is going on that I can't grasp because men are doing it by the bucket loads. The stories I have of these girls that I know who are the influencers, using the quote marks here, that the amount of money they get from these pathetic, I'm going to just call them pathetic, these pathetic guys is astonishing, man. It is astonishing. And I cannot blame any girl in any part of the world for not even just the begging aspect. These girls that I know, they don't ask for a fucking dime. The guys just give it to them.
Well, some of the ones that I've seen, I agree with what you're saying.
Here's money. Here's 50. Here's $100. Just because they're pretty.
Caban makes a good point here. I've highlighted this one.
Crazy.
He says, trouble is, an uneducated Filipina can get paid less than £5 a day. I totally agree. They can. But if they decide to go back to school, or they get help to get back to school, or if they ask for sponsorship to go back to school and stick with it and not give the money to their family and finish their school, they can then get a job abroad making a shitload of more money. My wife did that and she came from a poor family. So yes, though I agree with what you're saying, Caban, is right. I totally agree. It's hard for anybody to make that sort of money and survive. We've all have to make our own way in life. Okay, there was a girl recently, I don't know if you saw her. She was on the old Mutt's channel and his girlfriend's channel, explaining, and his channel, explaining how she'd messed up and her sponsors won't give her any money because the money that they sent to her, she gave to her family instead of using it for her education. You don't bite a gift horse. You don't look a gift horse in the mouth, and you don't bite the hand that feeds you. There are ways out of this. We've all done it. I've come from a very broken down, poor family. I've had to climb and scrape and scrimp my way up to the top to where I got to now. Nobody ever gave me a penny. I never asked anybody for anything. I never asked anybody for anything. Everything I have, I got myself. I'm not saying everybody should do that. And I understand where what we're saying here with what you're saying is clearly right. They are making money hand over fist. I understand that, but there's ways of doing it without being so blatant. Unfortunately, if you look at some of these streams, they've actually got the strap band at the bottom going across saying, please donate to my PayPal. Please give me to the super chats. Please give me a super sticker. Please give me. And they'll use every bullshit they've got. House, family, schooling. There's no schooling. You haven't seen your family in ages, and your house is a shithole, but you've had money. You could have used that money to pay to fix the house beforehand. Understand from my perspective, my wife did everything for herself. When I came into her life, her house was 3/4 built. She had worked abroad. She put herself through education. She worked abroad in places like Kuwait and Saudi. She worked hard. She worked 2 jobs at a time, and she built her house 3/4 of the way. Yes, I helped her finish it, but she would have finished it anyway. So, though I agree with Kapan's statement, it is difficult. I also agree that these aren't stupid girls. If they were stupid girls, they wouldn't be on doing what they're doing now. They'd be out begging in the street. At least that's more respectable than going begging like a simp. It's sad, but true. And I know we're not going to get rid of these, but I will highlight the fact these predators, these financial predators, as I call them, are in my neck of the woods. I'm going to do everything I can to stop them because it's not the way I was brought up. And I think it brings disrespect to the Filipinos. I really do. They are great people. They've got a lot to give. And I think they give a lot. And we have a big debt to them. They fill up our hospitals with workers. They fill up our ships with engineers and crew members and seafarers getting paid very low wage, do a very hard job. We should be thanking them, not benefiting.
That one that's $5 a day. But the food in there, they don't rent the house. They don't pay anything. They don't, because that is the really wage there. So what we're gonna do? $5 is already a lot.
Yeah, sorry for hogging that for a few minutes. I had my little rant. I apologize. I get like that from time to time.
I had already, that's $5 is there. It's really enough because that is only food. No, most of them, if that their age, is living for their family. They're complaining that that is only their wage, that is only their income.
Look at David's comment. Do you see it there? The midget posted a video about how to properly date a province girl, then asked $35 for a consultation. Yes, I saw that. That was disgusting. This is my point. Consultation fee for what? What? How are you educated to consult for me? You know, what gives you, are you licensed? Are you registered? Are you educated?
I like to I want to fight back on this a little bit. The whole
go ahead.
all right, listen. So the whole consultation thing, a big topic. Most people seem to be against this.
You're breaking up, brother. Yeah. Lost, you're breaking up, mate. Lost, I think we lost. Sorry, mate, didn't mean to take the piss. Sorry, I think we've lost. Sorry to be so rude. You there, mate?
You have me now?
Yeah, got you.
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, yeah, I found I'm driving, so I took a nice little dip in the road there. Sorry about that.
No worries.
No, so let me fight back about the consult, and it's basically dating consultation here to be, or maybe even travel. He's probably got. I'm assuming we're talking about the same. It don't matter what guy we're talking about. It would be the same for any guy that does it. Let me turn off my stupid GPS. Hang on real quick. This thing's driving me crazy in there. All right, sorry. So I think it's okay to do consultation fees, and let me explain why. So there's pretty much people who do consultations for.
Sorry, let's give me a second, Mark. Sorry, mate. See you later. Mark's catching a flight. Sorry about that. Carry on.
All right, later, Mark. Oh, and hello to everybody in the chat also. Sorry. So consultations. So pretty much every field in the business world has consultations. Finance. I mean, they've even got stuff, self-help. You name it, it's out there. Auto mechanics, blah, 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 blah. You get it. They're there for a reason because people's time is very valuable. Sometimes people want the crash course. Now, whether you're getting good advice, that's completely different. But there's a need for it from people who just don't have the time. They want the crash course. I'm going to, let's say I'm going to Romania. I know nothing about Romania. I decided to go at the last minute. Let's say I'm going in like 4 days or whatever. I need a crash course. Okay, if I spend 25, 30, maybe even $50 to get the basically the cliff notes, what would be wrong with that?
From someone who had the experience that you're claiming, I would not have a problem with it. That's why I said, for instance, if you'd come to me and you said, Perry, look, I've been in Colombia with my wife for 10 years. What is it you need to know? By the way, I need to pay some bills. I need $50. You've been in Colombia for 10 years, not 10 minutes. You've been in Colombia. You know the score. You know the rules. I'm definitely going to come and speak to you, and I'd be happy to pay the $50. What I have an issue with is someone who was in the country for no more than 7 months, who hadn't mixed with the locals. He purposely spent most of his time sat in his little apartment up in the bloody mountains, and then he goes on and asks for a $100 consultation fee for 30 minutes to tell you everything you need to know about the Philippines. Really?
Well, no,
I know what you're saying.
I would totally disagree with that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where you set the bar of expertise. I mean, that's kind of hard. A couple years, 3 years, 5. I mean, I don't know. I mean, some people grasp things faster than others. I mean, you have to personally determine if the person you want to spend money on for the consultation would be worth it. I mean,
yeah.
I obviously, but if there was a guy, I would say a year or less. I would say a 2 year. I'll just put a bar at 2 years. You spend somewhere less than 2 years, I think your expertise level is probably not where I would spend.
You're breaking up again, Break.
If you think that's a fair assessment. God damn it.
I'll put it to you this way. I think your assessment is pretty good. But my issue is very simple. If you turned around to me and you said, Perry, look, I'm a carpenter. I'm here in Colombia or Australia or whatever. What is it you need to know? Dude, I need to know how to make this cabinet. You've got, obviously, as a carpenter, you've got experience, you've got knowledge. You're also licensed, you're also registered, and you're also paying taxes. If you're running a consultation business of any kind, you need to be 1, registered in the Philippines, 2, paying BIR, which is their version of the VAT, value-added tax, or employment tax. I would have no problem with that because you're registered and you're legal. What I have a problem with is somebody who's trying to make a few quid or a few dollars more by turning around and saying, hi, I've been in the Philippines 7 months. I will not adapt to the Filipinos. They will adapt to me. And I will therefore demand that you pay me $100 money for a consultation fee. You haven't got the knowledge. You haven't got the background. Fine. If he'd been there 5 years and he had a consultation fee because he mixed with the locals, he understood the locals, he blended with the culture, pretty much like what you have in Colombia. I know you've fallen off and lost, but I'm sure you'll catch up with us. Then I would understand. But not someone who's got no experience and no knowledge. I think we lost you there a minute, mate. I did mention you there. I don't know if you bought, but I'll try to rebuttal on that one. As I was saying, if you were a person of great knowledge or a person who had experience or someone who was registered with the local Philippine government or you were registered for BIR, which is their taxes there, yes, I would totally understand and find it credible to use consultation fees. That would be understandable because you would be an expert. But if you're telling me you've been there 7 months and you even claimed as a person who's claiming a consultation fee, you stated yourself that you would not blend with the locals, you would not adapt to them, and that they would have to adapt to you, that gives you no credibility at all. It makes you look like a pussy who's trying to make money off a country which deserves to have the money themselves. You know, you can ask any Filipino what the story is there. You don't have to ask a foreigner from their perspective when he hasn't done anything. I know it sounds very long-winded, but this specific guy is different to the girls we're talking about as well. He's got no, or had no experience. Yeah, The best experience he had was on a bloody cruise liner. What I mean is, I don't know what you do for a living, Lost, but I'm sure you're a busy man, and I'm sure you work hard. I'm not going to assume anything because I don't know. And I'm sure you make your living well. And I'm sure whatever skill you've got, you could easily use it for consultation because you've earned that part. That I understand. But someone who's been there 7 months and his only greatest tale of being there was when he used to be on a cruise liners, to me, doesn't have the right to ask for that. Or asking for money to catch a lizard. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I totally agree. When I was breaking up there, what I was trying to say, I don't really know where to set the bar on any kind of expertise. I'll just go 2 years. If you've been in a country or some place, not necessarily the country, because you may only be in one city, 2 years or less, I wouldn't, well, I'm not going to spend money anyway because I have the extra time. I can do all the research myself. But in that hypothetical I gave, I would want someone who at least at minimum had been there a couple years. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But this is my point. He hadn't been there for a couple of years. He'd only been there 7 months. He hadn't even mixed with the locals. There was no adapting. There was no cultural blending. There was no getting in with the locals. His whole live stream was videoing chats he had with other foreigners. Not once did he have a Filipino on there. A Filipino maybe, but not a Filipino. Not once. And only recently has he had one on there. So to me, a guy like that doesn't have the experience or even the fucking balls to tell me I have to pay him a consultation fee.
Yeah, no, it definitely don't. It definitely don't sound like it. Maybe he said, I don't know. I don't know the guy. This is pure speculation. It sounds like maybe he's setting up for the future. Maybe he plans on being there for a long time, and then his expertise will eventually come. I don't know, but I totally agree. There's no way I would want to spend money on someone like that, especially $100. Get out of here. There's guys who've been in the Philippines longer. They don't charge near that amount. So
he even mentioned, this is the funniest thing of all. This is what really made me laugh. He even mentioned, because he did a video where he caught one of the local doko, which I'm sure you know is a lizard, and he got it out of the house because his child girlfriend was scared. And then he turned around and he said, if you want to see me catch more wild animals like this lizard, this dangerous man-killing animal, please send me a PayPal. Now, really? The balls on the guy, seriously. I don't know where you stand on that, but for me, I mean,
I would totally disagree with that. I would totally disagree with that.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, just going back to the whole, scam versus e-begging. I what I was saying earlier. I definitely have those in two different categories: scamming versus e-begging. That's just an e-begging move.
Yeah,
you know
totally.
what I mean? Now,
this is the thing.
I want to go back to your scrolling at the bottom, like my PayPal address, my Bitcoin address, blah, whatever you want to do. This day and age, if you're trying to make money off of online, I'm sorry, you have to do all those things. You have to put up your PayPals and your Bitcoins, your Instagrams, and everything else. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to argue. Yeah,
that's part of the course.
I know it's part of the course, but if you're putting, let's look at it another way. If you're putting up a PayPal donation button just because you have a channel, doesn't make sense for one. Two, then you're going to put a PayPal button or a donate button for your girlfriend's land fund and her bikini fund. What in the blue hell? And then to save a wild lizard? Are you kidding me? I understand that people do this. I understand that people beg. And I understand that people try to do clickbaits and all that. I totally understand. It doesn't make it right. I understand it. My problem is they're doing it on my doorstep. And when I go home, I know what's going to happen. Because they've had such great influence in my city or my wife's city, I'm the one to go, they'll see me with a camera and they'll say, oh, look, another e-beggar. And I get tarred with the same brush. That boils my blood. And
let me make this clear too. We should always call out the hypocrisy and the bullshit. I totally agree with all of that.
Look,
now,
I don't call them.
I know you've been kind of specifically, going after like certain people. I'm doing it within a general sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Instead of just saying, person X over there, I'm just doing just all of them. I just like to group them together because there's varying degrees of it. Some people do a very good job with their social media presence and making money, and they don't do the e-begging and the scamming, and they do good jobs with it. And I think even though I will personally not donate to them, I think they're worthy of donations.
Okay, that's the point you made, which is I was trying to come to. You said exactly what I wanted to say, and exactly what Lucy's just said, and a couple of others. I think it was Mick. A Brit who mentioned it, or somebody else did earlier, just slightly. Bear me a second. Just hang on. It was here somewhere. Somebody mentioned here. Sorry, I do apologize if I didn't hear it correctly. If you're going to demand a PayPal, or you're going to have a PayPal, offer something for it. Make it worthwhile. For instance, if you're doing charitable work and you're a registered charity and you want to help poor people build homes or whatever, and you can show videos showing that these are the homes we've built with your money. This is what we do. I would understand that. If your consultation fee, you can say to the person, I've been in the Philippines for 20 years or 10 years or 5 years or whatever it is. I've got this experience because I have spent most of my time with the Filipinos. I understand the law, the language, the way things are done here. If you need to consult, come and see me. Pay me $25. You'll have an hour's consultation with me, and I'll get you through the best way I can. That, for me, is giving something back. If you're doing a video that makes some sense, you're offering something. You're doing a travel video. You're taking people around, something which I wanted to do, couldn't get to because of lockdown. For instance, yourself in Colombia with your missus. This is us. We're doing an adventure trail in the Colombian jungle, blah, 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 blah. We found this, we found that. You're giving something. You're making something worthwhile. That I can understand, and that I can sympathize with. I even watch videos like that because even though I know they're a bit clickbaitish, they are still very good and they are worth watching. So they're worth the AdSense, and they're even worth a donation every now and again. What gets me is when your video or your channel is just a dead channel with no content, offering nothing but bullshit and bikinis. Either you're a teenager that's pissed on beer.
Women in bikinis.
It's always going to do it. It's always going to do it. But this is it. I mean, like you say, we're not that far apart in our thoughts. I don't think we're very far apart at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. We definitely agree on more things than we disagree. And it's better. Listen, me trying to type on my phone here, to give you my thoughts is way more difficult than me just coming on here and saying.
You can come on you can come on any time you like, mate. I am absolutely very glad and very proud to have you with us here. I'm sure the guys are getting a great kick out of this because they're chatting to my missus. They've left us two to talk, and they've buggered off to chat to my missus.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you kind of left the. We've kind of ignored the chat there. So if you need to catch up on comments or if the guys in the chat or if the guys want to ask us questions, that's cool.
They don't want to talk to me. They want to talk to my missus. Hi, this is no, seriously, Lost. It's great to have you on. I really am. What I would suggest is if you want a bit of fun and you want to laugh and you want to see me make the fun out of some people without naming names, wait. And then this weekend, I should be releasing a video which is going to be very Monty Python-esque relating to this subject without naming names. And you're going to get a laugh. You're either going to love it or you're going to say, what is this guy thinking? So bear with me on that one. Wait for the video.
Yeah, no worries. I'm sub, so when it comes, I'll definitely be checking it out. So
definitely, yeah. I mean, you can definitely check it out. It's not my normal video. You've probably seen a couple of them. It's not going to be normal for me. It's going to be something a bit different. I'm trying to think outside the box, and I'm going a bit Monty Python-ish with this one, just for fun. Okay, without naming names, without sort of pointing fingers, but just highlighting the situation in a sort of humorous way. Okay, we've got a lot in the house, and it's been great talking to Lost here. We have got, oh, okay. My wife's got everything covered here. All right. Okay. Yeah, she definitely has. Told you, they don't want to talk to me, Lost. They really don't. Better off I stay talking to you. But no, it's great to have someone to come and swing the pendulum the other way. It's important that we do this because there has to be balance, and that's important. And that's why I went offline for about 10 days. I wasn't making any videos, any live streams, because I got really frustrated. I'd overthought this whole situation, and I needed some balance. And surprisingly, I know it sounds weird. I'm not trying to kiss your ass on this one, but you have brought some balance to the whole conversation. It's important that we do, because there are those that are worthy, I think, of what they're earning, and there are those that just aren't. And I think we're clear on that now. You know, like you say, YouTube's a business. And no matter how you do it, it's going to be a business. People are going to make money on it. Whether it be super chats, whether it be donations, whether it be AdSense of any kind. But, you know, that isn't what I'm trying to stop. What I'm trying to stop is having so much negativity in the Philippines where foreigners and their girlfriends are bringing the Philippines down. That's all I want to stop. You know, if they do good channels, I've got no problem. There's a lot of very good foreigner vloggers in the Philippines. And they're very worth.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of good vlogs and videos out there in general. You know, unfortunately, I mean, like you can just grab a camera and start, you know, like a phone. I mean, you don't even have to go high tech or anything. You just grab a phone and anybody can do it. And that for the ones who are just, you know, I know you make other content, but if you were just to do live streams, just to chit chat and bullshit, that to me is not worthy of donations or PayPal's or whatever it might be. You're just in there to talk. You're not giving content. You might have great conversations and have good discussions and give great advice, but you're not, in my opinion, you're not providing anything that would be worth giving money to, in my opinion.
That is where the part of the problem begins. Okay, I'll give you a little bit of a history so you get a bit of the idea of what's going on. These females and some males, and lots of males there as well, all they tend to do is they'll do an occasional video, maybe once a month they'll do a video, but nearly every second day, or if not every day, they're doing live streams because that's where they know where they'll get their views and they'll get their super chats. It's all about money, okay? I probably do a live stream once every couple of weeks or something like that. And it's more to keep up with the guys because I don't get paid. I'm not monetized. I'm very, very far from being monetized. And to be quite honest with you, I really don't give a toss whether they monetize me or not. I'm a hardworking guy and I make my money. Excuse me. I make my money and I don't ask for anything from anyone. If I get monetized, I've already said it, and I'll even write either on a contract. That money, any monetization money, and I've already said it quite clearly in public, that monetization money is going to go to help those who need it. Yeah, unless it's millions of pounds, which then I'll keep a small chunk for myself, of course. But if I can put it to good use, like we have done out of our own pockets, I will. I made that commitment before I even started this channel because we were already going to the Philippines every year, helping people. My wife as much as I, and this has always come out of our own pockets. You know, I'm not trying to get a pat on the back. I don't do it for that. We never did. We did it because we know what it's like to be poor. And there's nothing worse than when you don't have anything to feed yourself. And when you've seen your own child have to go hungry, and you yourself have had to go out with a milkman to bloody make a few pounds to feed your child, which I have had to do, it kind of brings the world into new perspective. And then it becomes very hard to deal with people who expect them to have their lives given for free and their finances given for free. especially when there's no content. For instance, people have slagged down quite a few channels recently. One of the ones that I actually quite enjoy to some degree is Becoming Filipino. Okay, he can be a bit sickly at times, sickly sweet. You know, he's typical Canadian, lovely, happy-go-lucky sort of a guy. Very nice, but he gives good content. He takes you around the place. You know you're earning from him. You're seeing something that nobody else is showing you. So no matter whether you love the guy's character or you hate it, you know you're getting value. My point is, like you said about the live streams, you've got these girls doing live streams and guys doing live streams just to make money. And like you say, there's no real content there. Sorry, I was tagged on a bit there. Are you still there? I've lost you. I think I've blown him off. Oh, he's got lost.
No, I'm here. I'm on mute. I'm actually walking into my house. Give me just a second.
Sorry. All right. Oh, I'm following this. You really have this conversation started, didn't you? I'm having a great chat with this fella, Lost. And it's great. It's good because he gives a unique perspective, which I'm very, I admire. It gives something good. Oh, there he is.
Oh, sorry about. I went to go hit the mute button and I backed out the stream.
That's cool.
No, I was on mute. I like to, when I'm not speaking, I'll probably put myself on mute because I don't want you to have any background noise. And
well, I don't know if you heard what I said about there's a couple as well. There's the Hungry Syrian Wanderer. He does a lot of charity work there. Okay, he self promotes as well, but he gives something to get something. It's not as if he doesn't.
Yes.
And like you say, if you're just going to do a live stream every second day or every day, and you're trying to make bullshit topics, which the topic never comes up in the live stream anyway, it doesn't make sense to me. I do this once every couple of weeks or once a month or whatever. The guys enjoy it. We get to talk, excuse the term. We get to shoot the shit, as it were. We get to talk. We get to discuss how things have changed, how things are getting. You know, we'll have a laugh and a joke, and that's the most important thing. And like you asked me whether I had any problem with anybody coming online, I have always posted my link on every live stream. Sometimes I forget because it's been a busy day. And I always like to have people on. And like I say, you're the first. Nobody's been brave. You see, they're all cowards. No, but just kidding. I mean, they're great bunch of people.
A lot of people don't want to speak, or they're at work. I mean, I'm in a situation where I can work and do this. I do construction work. You said you didn't know what I did. I do construction work. I work for me. I got my own little company, so I can. As long as the homeowners ain't around listening to me, I can talk away.
Quality. Yeah, I totally understand it. No, but like I say, it's great to have you on because at least we get a bit of balance, and it just takes the actual live stream to a different level. I mean, we've had some really, really good live streams recently. This is a good one. My wife has jumped on and dominated the comment section, but then again, not surprising. Lucy's like that. But no, it's interesting because there's different perspectives, and we need to see all sides. And the fact is, you say the same as what I do. If your channel's got no content, if you're doing a live stream simply for the sake of doing a live stream, what's the point? When I came on to do my live stream today, I already had
with the caveat for money. If you're doing live streams just to chit chat, you're not trying to make money. Nobody gives a crap. But if you're trying to do it for money, and all you're doing is holding your phone in front of your face, and you think people should donate to that, which people unfortunately do, I think that's ridiculous.
Exactly. Look, if you're giving something, I mean, let's say if you've got a construction business, okay, and you decide, okay, this is going to be Lost Construction. Good, nice little catchy name, actually. You know, you do a YouTube video of it, and you're just showing your day-to-day workings of you and your guys, how you build houses, how you renovate, how you refab and whatever. That is giving quality content because people want to watch that. They want to see because they not only does it something when everything's built, it's really, really worth watching. It's the mind wants to watch it, but it also gives guys ideas. It gives them a challenge. It gives them a way to build up their own skills. So you're giving away content that's good. And if you have a live stream once a month, let's say, this is Lost Construction. This is our monthly live stream. Ask you questions away, and then you'll have the guys come on and they'll say, dude, how do I fix this pipe? What happens if I try to elevate? Do you see what I mean? That's quality. But if you're going on a live stream going, hi, I'm here, look at me, yes, we're all here, somebody give me money. Oh, yes, and did you see my bikini last week?
So you're saying I should do live streams in a Speedo?
Well, I'd watch it.
I'll do a little construction work wearing my Speedos with a tool belt.
That's it, yeah. But you're going to have the big hammer in the tool belt. Swing in at the front. Oh, let's not go down that road. Okay, my wife has definitely dominated this. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm having a blast. By the way, just in case you didn't know, a lot of guys don't know my first name. My name is Perry. I have no problem with people adding me to Facebook, with people talking to me directly. My name's Perry. So don't be shy. You can use my name. I will not cry. So, yeah, just so that you know. Okay,
yeah, I keep my name mostly private just because I've had the doxing situation to me. But my actual nickname with a bunch of my workers, I used to travel for work doing construction, and I got the nickname Lost because I used to wear these shirts that said Lost, and there's a company, Lost Enterprises.
Yeah,
so I used to wear that because we did work for them, and I had so many of them shirts, and I would wear the shirts like all the time, and people just started calling me Lost, and just kind of became my nickname. So
that's fine. I have no issues with that. And you know what? We'll keep it at that because it's actually funny because I can play that every time you drop off and say we've lost.
Yeah, yeah. It's been good having it, like, and then people joke, "Are you lost?" And but they're saying to somebody else, like, "No, I'm lost." So I definitely play with it. I got thick skin, so you're not going to.
So let's see if I got this. So for the next live stream I do, all right, I can put down live stream whatever, and then I can put down Perry's Lost.
There you go.
There you see, it works. That was good fun. No, the thing is, this is it. I mean, this is the good thing about this sort of medium is you get to see. I mean, not only do you meet other guys with other different opinions, everybody's entitled to them, but you get to meet the characters as well, which is great. I've seen live streams and somebody will make a comment. It's a valid comment. Maybe it's a bit risque, but it's a valid comment. And the so-called host has taken real offense and he's lost his temper. He's thrown his toys out the pram and gone and blocked the guy. Instead of dealing with him, he shouted out, he's a troll, he's a bully, he's a basher. Look, if you're, I've always said the same thing. I say it to my wife. If you're on the screen, if you're on YouTube, if you're on the TV, you're a target, and you're a valid target. I am, and it's up to me, as I'm here, to justify. Okay, I don't have to be special about it. I don't have to say, "Oh, my channel's better than anyone's." No. I'm here. We're discussing all sorts of crap. We're like-minded people. We may not all think exactly the same, but we have a similar mindset, and that's good. But at least we talk about things reasonably, respectfully, and decently. I've seen other channels where they've been at war with each other. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't get it. Some people draw a line in the sand that don't make sense to me, but to each their own. I try to avoid it as much as I can. I'll be willing to give my my thoughts on a certain situation, but overall, it's just I'm kind of over it.
Yeah, I mean, no. This is it. I mean, the thing is, I would not be any kind of host or any kind of person, really, if I cannot see both sides of the coin. You can't be biased and you can't be hypocritical. You can't just say these people are bad when There are those that are bad, and there are those that are doing it for the good. We know this. We've cleared this up, and it does make sense. Scamming and eBaying, are they the same thing? I guess it's a matter of how you perceive it. Maybe not, but it doesn't really matter about that. What matters is the fact that, I think we all understand that there's a difference between those that are doing it for the right reasons and those that are doing it for the wrong. And to be honest with you, the ones that I like to jump on aren't the ones, let's say, doing it for the right reason. They're all doing it for the wrong reason, and it's the same group of people. They're all intertwined.
Yeah. So let me to attack that in a certain way. So we all know that the word's out. Western men in general are very generous people. Well, not just men, but just Westerners in general are very generous people. I mean, I think America, Europeans, we donate ridiculous amounts of money to help people all across the world. So when we hear a sob story online, the simps fall for these things all the time. My caribou's sick. We like to joke around with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The word is out. These developing nation people know, shed a few little tears and just ask. You'll probably get some sucker to send you money. It's just an unfortunate reality that we live in these days. It's just the way it is. Some people are very good at taking advantage of it. Others suck at it. But still the ones who suck see their friends, because I've been to the Philippines. I have sat in those goddamn internet cafes and watched these girls and guys get money off of these saps in these other countries.
For sure.
It's sad, but that's just the reality of it. So when a girl or guy, because there's plenty of guys out there faking it, those are real scams. They're a guy pretending to be a girl getting money off of other guys in other countries.
But it goes even further. I mean, the irony is I'm not trying to highlight every single YouTuber in the Philippines. Far from it. There is a certain bunch of individuals who are blatantly going in public to get money, and it's sad because in essence they're not doing it for anything else but personal gain. Now I know what you're saying about these simps that give out money. Yes, but once you've tried to approach these simps and you try to say, like, we're trying to highlight this here, we're trying to say, look, don't be foolish, give your money away. That's your money, you can do what you want with it, you've got no issue. But give it away to somebody who's worthwhile. Don't just let it piss away onto someone who couldn't be bothered to work. The irony is, as I said before, my wife knows these individuals, as do I, on a more personal level. And I know for a fact the type of people that they are. I'm also a good judge of character, being the job that I do for a living. I'm very good at what I do. Needless to say, these people, they need to be redressed. They haven't gone to the Philippines. I mean, most of them are my age. They're not even freaking properly retired. They're just turning 50. One's exactly my age by a few days. My birth year, everything. My birth month, you name it. And the irony is, he claims to be ex-military. I'm ex-military. I never asked anybody for a penny, but he sits there saying, oh, I'm going back to the US now. Can you help me with funding? They fund him the money. Then 2 weeks later, he's rented himself a condo in Cebu, and he's not going back to the US.
Yeah, and people keep falling for this. It's mind-boggling. Let me tell you. So for roughly about 15 years or so, I was almost on a crusade for a while to tell guys, do not give money to women you have never ever met.
Absolutely.
It is a failed crusade, because more and more guys are giving more and more. Guys here, like, literally, if you were one of these guys, I'm telling you to your face, do not give someone you never met money. You go on dating websites, it's posted all over the goddamn internet site. Do not give money to someone you don't know.
Yep.
And
totally agree.
As soon as I got done looking at the fucking guy, He got on. He pretty much got online the next day, whatever it was, and he sent money. I mean, how do you stop this? You can't. I have come to the
Right.
conclusion you can't. You just can't. These
You can't.
guys
This
are
is
just
where,
they're
like
lost.
anything, this is where awareness comes in. And this is where people like myself, some do it a bit more aggressively and name names. I won't, because I know what the legal fallout is on that. But I will imply enough to give myself coverage, enough to make sure that they know I know. And what you do is you keep pushing. And what happens is I've actually seen a change. There has been a drop on some of them. By monitoring the people that used to give money has now stopped and slowed. Their views are becoming less. People are now realizing that they are being taken the piss out of. With this pandemic's come as, though it's horrible, it's also come as a benefit for this, because this has actually made people realize they need to keep their money at home as well. So it's a bit of a win-win.
Yeah, but the problem. So I've been on the YouTubes, and before the YouTubes, I was doing blogs. I've traveled quite a bit,
Yeah.
and I've been around and seen it. There's a cycle with it. The problem is you've got new fish that come in all the time, and they fall for all the new scams and the e-begging, and so eventually it gets to a point where people are real. We got a whole bunch of people who've been here for a couple of years are finally wising up, and they quit doing it. But guess what? Right behind them, here come all the new saps.
Yeah.
And
No,
it just keeps repeating.
Totally agree. But the thing is, like I've always said, and I'll say that because I told my missus the same thing. Why do I do this? I think I have an obligation. I mean, I don't do it on all my videos, only on my live streams mainly. Most of my videos are trying to be informative towards people going to the Philippines. This I keep more for the occasional video, and mostly for live streams where we talk bullshit and we try to see which way is the best to approach these things. You should know this one. It's an Edmund Burke quote. The only way for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not the type of guy that will just sit on my hands. The problem is, yeah, exactly.
But I just can't go. So like I used to be pretty adamant about trying to do everything I could, and to be honest with you, I put too much time into it. And even though I may have helped some people, and some people just was in one ear out the other, it probably did help some guys. And so I'm like you. It needs to be put out here, and I'll say it again. Don't give money to people you don't know. It's absolutely stupid. I mean, you can do clearly. It's your money. Please do whatever you want. But if you need a recommendation, no, it's totally a bad idea. It's just not a good idea.
Which is why I'm going to do the next video that I'm going to do, which is going to be fun. This is part of pretty much what we're saying here right now, because like I say, you and I aren't too far from the thing. But the issue isn't just a standard e-begging scam. It's also, there's a touch of sexploitation going on. There's one specifically, this girl, she never used, she'd be a good girl, typical good girl, gets involved with a foreign guy. This foreign guy uses her in a way to basically bump up money. Why? Oh, if you start doing dancing videos, if you start, it's not just dancing videos, it's complete exploitation of the person. You're taking a person with perhaps lesser IQ or intelligence than you, and you're going to use her for your own nefarious reasons, dude.
Possibly.
Right, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I've clearly seen, I'm not sure who you're referring to, but I've also seen, they say like the top like Instagram model girls, and not necessarily models, influencers, whatever that stupid term means, are typically managed by guys, because
yeah,
I'm talking in generals here. Obviously, there's outliers. Generally, men are very logical, and they approach it from a different aspect than women's, emotions. That's just a general sense. Women will typically do better with a male manager. I mean, that's just how it goes in life, And but yeah, just taking advantage of some young, dumb, girl to say, hey, why don't you get in your bikini and do a little dance to make some extra cash, which clearly isn't a terrible idea if you're just looking to make money, because let's get real. Girls dancing in bikinis want to make a lot more money than her sitting there talking about going to the beach versus her being on the beach in the bikini. But just I guess how you do it is, I guess, is kind of what it boils down to versus just
Well, these are the
jumping on a
same girls.
bikini.
These are the same girls that went to Cebu on holiday. They're all different vloggers. They're all from different areas. Most from my wife's area, and there was about 5 or 6 of them. They decided to bugger off to Cebu with their friends, right? Whilst they were there, they expected these Sims to pay for their holidays and for their friends' holidays. Now,
can you blame them? I mean, honestly, can you blame them?
Well, no, and yes.
They probably see. Let me interrupt. I know where you're going, and I'm going to agree with you. But the problem is, they probably already got dozens, if not even hundreds, of morons that are just giving them money, and then they're like, "Ooh, we can take a trip," and these dumbasses will probably pay for our little excursion.
Yeah, but the repercussions of this is quite heavy. You'll get these women do this. So the assumption around the world is that all Filipinos are the same. And that becomes a problem. We've already seen it here when they get off the planes and at the OFWs, and people think they're all the same when they're not. They're completely different people. Unfortunately, that's the way humanity is. We tend to tar everyone with the same brush.
But there are stereotypes for a reason. I mean, clearly there's always outliers. I'm not going to argue that people are different. Clearly, people are completely different. No two people are alike, but stereotypes exist for a reason, and there's some truth to the stereotypes. Now, listen, I was in the Philippines. I loved it. I had a wonderful time. I don't like to sugarcoat things. I don't overly agree that Filipino people are modest. I think they are what is it? You want a woman in the streets and the freak in the sheets kind of situation.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I did not find the Filipino people, they're more conservative, say, than like Americans. I'm an American. They're more conservative than Americans overall. But as far as the modesty goes, I can't agree with it from my experience, like, at all.
Like I say, the only argument I have against that would be I've seen different, but I've seen it in the provinces. And like I say, it also comes down to, it depends on where you are. Maybe in certain areas it's less.
I will, so to clear it up, just so we don't generally. So I actually travel around the Philippines quite a bit. So I've been to all 3 major cities, Manila, Cebu, Davao, went out to Bohol and some other islands. I made a pretty good circuit of the Philippines. So so I mean, of course, Providence. I mean, in America, you get outside a city and you go to the small towns. Clearly, the people are more conservative than city folk. I mean, that's just life everywhere in the world, and I do not disagree with that. But I clearly had a little more time in the cities than I did in the province, even though I was in the province plenty also. But yeah, I mean, I didn't find them to be as modest as the way you're kind of putting it, like as if it's some shock that these girls are in bikinis.
No, it's not a shock. No. Don't misconceive me. It's not that it's a shock. It's completely reprehensible what they're doing. That's my shock. Is the way I see it is because they're not getting any views now, they've gone to a different angle, which, yes, you could say anybody would take. I only know from my own experience with my wife and her family, these girls were not like this before because we know them. And all of a sudden they become like this. People change, yes, perhaps. To this extreme, I don't know. There has to be somebody manipulating the situation behind the scenes.
Well, it's not necessarily. I would say, even though there could be manipulation, let's not rule that out. I think it's more so. We're going to use the Philippines here, but it's in other countries. Like I mostly go to Colombia, but it's kind of the same thing there. They're interacting more with Western people. They see how Western people act, and they're trying to imitate it to certain degrees. Obviously in America, women are a little more free with what they wear. They dress more provocative. I'll use that term. They dress more provocative. And they see these beautiful models. I mean, you see it everywhere now. You can't grab a phone with some social media without seeing some attractive girl in something that's semi-provocative. I mean, just you can't escape it these days. Women like to feel good and sexy about themselves, and so they're going to imitate that 100%.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. However, there was, from what I saw and from what I know about these specific girls, I know that there was certain.
Can I ask their age so I can get a little better context behind it?
Oh, we're looking between the ages of, say, 21 up to 30 plus.
So they've probably started off younger, a little more innocent, a little more conservative, gotten older, and then probably, hey.
But then again, I mean, what I think's happening, I mean, this is just an assumption on my part, just from what I've seen. It seems to me that the older individuals and some of the guys behind the scenes have, should we say, provoked these girls, or should we say coerced these girls to start doing this, to increase their views on their channels, and they're seeing it as a normal thing. Yes, in the West, it's a normal thing. Maybe in certain parts of the Philippines, it's a normal thing. Maybe in certain parts of Asia. My travels throughout the Philippines and also through different parts of Asia, yes and no. In some areas, yes. Some areas, no. It's a difficult one. But if you come from, how can I put it? If you're a girl that comes from a mountainous area, a countryside area, you're down in the city, and then all of a sudden you've gone from being a very conservative country girl to all of a sudden a rampant stripper who runs across the screen wearing a bikini.
I said something earlier in the chat. You adapt to your environment and culture. So I've been going. I've been married 8 years, and I've been going to Colombia for 10. And I go typically a couple months every year. So I've got So I've seen it. I've seen the mountain girls in Colombia, who are way more conservative, come into Medellin, is where I normally go, come into the city, and Latin women in general, they do dress a little more provocative. There's no escaping that. They like to wear the tight stuff, and they've got the curves to do it. Let's not try to kid ourselves. But these conservative girls come into the city, and they see everybody having a good time, dressing their parts, and they're right with it also. You know, I mean, you can't fault a prim and proper mountain girl who comes into the city. I mean, you're going to get left behind. I mean, you've got to adapt and move with it, or you're going to get left behind. I mean, I totally understand what you're saying. You see some girl who was nice, and she was conservative, and she was prim and proper. Next thing you know, she's in the city. She's going to the discotheque. She's drinking. Now she's wearing little mini skirts and whatever it might be. You know, I mean, guys do the same shit. You know, some mountain redneck guy. You know, I mean,
I understand all that logic. I understand all that logic, but let's put it this way: I don't see those same girls who were in the mountain flaunting it on YouTube. Maybe they should do. I don't know, but
I don't know. As long as they're keeping their dressing a little more provocative, but are you still that good person? Are you still, that conservative mindset, or are you just dressing a little more provocative because that's what everybody else is doing, but you're keeping yourself? Or are you actually changing, becoming like a worse person? That would be what I would be a little more concerned with.
That's where we're looking at right now, because my wife knows the person I'm thinking of right now is one my wife knows personally, and even she said she must be having someone who's getting into her head or whatever, because the girl is changing, not for the good, for the bad. I mean, it's difficult to say, because at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do.
I wouldn't necessarily jump to coercion, even though that could be. For me, I personally think money versus coercion.
Yeah, but then again, if you've got someone whispering in the back of your ear,
It,
like you said,
what about this? You just got 100 simps sending you $5 every week
hmm,
Very
to say,
simple.
hey,
You have
dress.
you have
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
thing
Go tell your wife to go
not
ahead.
really playing in the screen. Are you agree with that?
exactly. Wife's pointed out a thing. The girl I'm referring to had a boyfriend at the time, and the boyfriend was not happy that she was doing these sort of things. He had his own stream as well. He still does. They broke up partly because of this. We know this for a fact, and this is what I mean. She had a boyfriend, a Western guy, and this is where it ends up. I mean, who am I to judge? But I don't. I make awareness. Like I say,
I
I
mean, yeah,
don't
I
make.
mean, I mean, clearly you're closer to the situation, but typically, and I'm speaking online here, just because like you, I've seen it tons of times. Um, most of the cases I have seen is because it's money related. When you start, especially if you're not well to do, we'll say, when money starts coming your way and all the guys want to do is see you in the bikini, you might be willing, if your finances suddenly double, triple, quadruple, whatever it might be, a bikini doesn't seem like a bad idea.
Yeah, I know. But if your boyfriend's a bit upset about that, you should be taking his ideas into consideration. I'm not
Yeah,
saying he's right.
true.
Should be
Yeah,
taken into
true.
consideration because not be funny. If you started talking to another woman in Colombia that your wife didn't know, just because you were doing a video, I'm sure if she turned around to you and she says, "Honey, I don't like you talking to other women like that," you'd obviously take a step back and you'd say, "Okay, maybe I need to do this a different way so it doesn't seem like something wrong." And you'll say, "Honey, look, I want to interview this woman. Will you sit with us?" You see what I mean? It keeps it. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
no, yeah, I totally agree. But I mean, I don't know who broke up with who there. But if the boyfriend saw she was going down a route he didn't want to be a part of, and then he broke up for a good reason.
Well, this is it. I mean, the thing is, obviously they say there's three sides to the story: his, hers, and the truth. Um, and all I can say is, you know, I totally understand where you're coming from. I agree with a lot of what you say, but once again, what I do is I make awareness, and it's the whole point is the simps are the ones that are giving this money. They need to be made aware. There are better charities they can give their money to. There's better things they can do with it. I mean, I know it's the same as a strip club. They go to a strip club, they're going to put dollars into the panties of the girls.
I would rather spend my money on a strip club every day of the week before I
Exactly.
spend $1
It's so much
online.
different. It's so much different.
At least I
Make
can
it
have
real
her
good.
in my lap.
Exactly. At least you're getting it close and comfort, right up there. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, with my channel, I just generally deal, and it's quite clearly, I deal with advice or, well, guidance, should we say, for people traveling to the Philippines. I occasionally dabble into this. I do look at this a lot because I think people need to be made aware, and a lot of people are taking notice. I have had a couple of private messages from individuals who used to pay, and they are beginning to realize that, what the hell was I paying for? And it's true because it's like I said, you can only do so many bikini videos, and it's like painting a door white. Yes, on the first day, oh, that's really nice. The second day, oh, it still looks good. Third day, yeah, it's white. On the fourth day, it's like, okay, the door's painted. Let's move on. It's
I don't
only going
know.
to last so long.
I'm going to disagree. I would rather see a girl in bikini every
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, but
day. But times are changing. But no, listen, with the e-bagging and the scamming type of stuff, I totally agree. There's no argument here. When any situation, men are logical thinkers for the most part. I like to look at something from every angle. Like when you're bringing up the girls probably coerced. That's probably more than likely it's probably true. So you're way close to the situation. I don't know. I look at it: is it coercion? Is it money? Or maybe she just going through her sexual revolution, whatever. I mean, the number of things that actually could be, it might be infinite. But the the main logical reasons are probably money and cohesion. I'm not gonna argue with that. I just don't like to jump to one conclusion. Like
No.
that's the only reason. You know what I mean?
For me, it wasn't about jumping to conclusions. For me, it's very simple. I've just had a comment here from Kapan. Interesting. He said it's like listening to old people from the 1960s. Perhaps, Kapan, but there's two things. First and foremost, I'm not from the 1960s, actually from the 70s. I'm Generation X. Thank you very much. Two, it says, being bothered about girls wearing bikinis. No, it's about a lot more than that, if you can read between the lines, which obviously you didn't, bro. But there you go. It's two guys discussing about things. It just happens. And you think the foreigners beg the worst, and you don't know all the people I do. But there you go. It's all fun. Yeah, but no. Getting back to what we're talking about.
Are you responding to the thing on the screen there?
The comments, yeah.
Okay, so we're in instigation by expense. Obviously some men sexualize women, and there's no. First of all, life is sexualized in my personal opinion. I'm kind of a manosphere type of guy. I believe that men are the leaders in situations, and women follow, for the most part. I mean, there's got to be obvious. Especially if you're married, like me, there's got to be some equal footing in certain parts of a marriage. Probably
the thing is, I have, like I say, my issue isn't so much people making money on YouTube. I've always said the same thing, and I've been very candid with it. You make money from your AdSense, you make money from super chats. Fine. What I just see stupid is, like you said it yourself. If you're doing a live stream every single day and you make one video a month or one video a week, but you're live streaming 7 days a week, it's not about the channel, it's about your pocket. That's what I see. You're not making content. This is just semantics. As far as I can see, you're making money from your pocket. And we're all here to make money at some point. I do it through honest work. Others don't. Some people are criminals. Some people are scammers and con merchants. Some are eBay. But the fact of the matter is for me, if you're running a channel and you're gonna run a channel where your channel is based on just you sitting there talking bollocks at a screen, and then, oh look, I'm pretty. Did you see my bikini video, dude? Really? But I mean, people like that. That's up to them.
Who doesn't? I mean, honestly, who doesn't? Wait, assuming you're a straight dude, who doesn't like a girl, especially an attractive girl in the bikini? Who don't like that?
Yeah, I mean, of course. But like they say, attraction soon wears off, and you've got to do something better.
I'll disagree. Attraction never wears out.
Depends on the woman.
Maybe if you're spending like when you're married to them.
Attraction wore off. I wouldn't be remarried.
Can I ask how long you've been married now?
Together now, we've been together 12, 13 years nearly. We've been married for about 8 altogether. So yeah, we've had quite an extensive time together. The thing is, I only took issue with this situation because I knew these people and I thought some of them had great channels to start with, and they really did. But when they started going down the route of I'm making money now, let's see if I can make more, it just became stupid.
Yeah, I agree. Like one sure way fire to lose me off your channel is doing any type of charity work. I'm gone immediately. I could care less. I do my own charity work here. I mean, I don't have a charity, but I do charity work. I help out local community. Local community is way more important than giving to some place, and not that they don't need it. In some other country where you don't even live, it is more important to local community, in my opinion. There.
Hi, Harriet. I'm not sure who this is, and hi, Mark Irons. Sorry, lost. Hi, Mark Irons. I didn't acknowledge you when you came in the room. Nice to meet you. And Harriet, there's a foreigner. Yeah, well, people, I don't have super chats. I wouldn't know. I don't get them. Because I'm not monetized. No, I mentioned before, because myself and my wife, Lucy, we've dealt with charities. Lucy got locked down in the Philippines early last year when all this shit hit. She went to bury her mother, and I got stuck in Gibraltar. She was stuck over there. While she was over there, I was sending her money to keep her going. And the smart thing she did, which made me so proud, was she was actually helping people there who'd lost their jobs through the COVID and all that, and they were locked down, no food, no money. She did the right thing. We do that when we're there. We don't ask people for money for that. We never did. We've always done it from our own pockets. We have a certain amount of our own personal money, which we sort of put aside.
That's what most people do in general anyway.
And they should. I think, if you're going to give it to the right reasons, or for the right reasons, to the right people. That's the way it is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would maybe take it a step further. I mean, if you're willing to help some charity organization out, I think you should also look into, say Red Cross, just for an example. I think you should look into Red Cross and see what their whole shtick is before you even give them a dime.
Harriet, you don't know me, but I knew you secretly. Lol, peace.
Harriet bounces around the.
It's one of those. Genre. Oh, I know. I think I know. I've seen her on the other ones. Yeah.
Hello, Harriet. Haven't seen you in a long time. How you been?
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen her a couple of others. Don't worry. I'm not that unclued. Don't worry. But yeah, no, it's been interesting because obviously different perspectives, and they always come in handy. Yeah. If it's okay with you, I'm going to drop this chat now because I want to get on with the things. Only because I'm running out of time myself here, and I'm knackered. I've been going since this morning. Yeah, but absolutely wonderful, Lost. Please come back on. I would love to have more chat with you. Really did enjoy it.
Yeah, likewise. No worries. Everybody, have a good one, man. Yeah, thanks for having me on. The chat was good.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye now. Later. Bye, everybody. Peace.
Peace. All right, that was good fun. Okay, sorry, guys. Got engrossed in chatting there. It's good to see people with different ideas. Yeah, we've got a couple on here. Mark Irons, sorry I did not greet you when you came in. Was a bit of embroiled in a little chat there with Lost. It's good to hear different views. Always has been. And sorry, guys, for sort of being dominant. I hope Lucy kept all your attention. You probably don't want to speak to me now. Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm watching this.
Lucy, let's put it this way. I don't think this channel's mine anymore. I think I lost it to Lucy a while back. Okay, that was interesting. Yeah, I mean, anytime anybody wants to come up and chat. Okay, I don't know. But if I do, great. If not, no. Great voice she has. Okay. Good to meet you too, brother. Yeah. For those that have only just joined, I've got a video in the works at the moment for the weekend. It's going to be a fun one, something completely different, something unusual for me, something that's taken a lot of work to get done. And as soon as it's finished, I'll definitely clue you in and get you all involved in it. I hope you like it. All right. Okay, there's a bit of a love fest going on in between Harry and Roger. No, it was good having me on online. It's great to see different people's perspective. You know, the guy has a great intellect. It's good to see. He has a great view of things. He's not wrong. Obviously, his view's different to us. We're not wrong. You know, his view's not different to us. They are very much similar in many ways. But therefore, you know, we move on. The thing is, it goes back to what I said before.
Baby,
What?
did you see this one?
Sorry, guys. Did I see? Oh, come on. That's someone on a Friday who couldn't be bothered to push the stone.
Yeah.
Just go round it.
Yeah, my work is not to remove that stone.
Yeah, that's jib for you. That's not my job. Sorry, guys. Yeah, but I will keep doing what I've got to do, obviously, without naming names, to highlight the issues that these people bring. And sorry, Kapan, if you took the wrong end of the stick with me, but it is what it is. I have my opinions. You have yours. Lost has his. And he's in. Oh, hello. Okay. You know, we all have our opinions, and I'm not going to mince words about it. This is not about the 60s. It's not about things. It's about having a sense of morality, how to do things right. Have a channel. No, have a channel that's worthy of you. I mean, there you go. But that's just my opinion. Like I say, I'm entitled to it. As is Kapan, as is Lost, as is Roger, as is everyone. I don't agree with what they're doing, and I'll highlight that issue. Okay, he's one of ours then, is he? He's one of our boys, is he? Mark, I believe that you're one of ours. Well, I'm not exactly in the UK. I'm in part of it, but the further part now. Right. Okay, what's next on the agenda? Okay, guys, I'm not going to be on much longer. I need to get a few things done, which I was supposed to do. And unfortunately...
How long you are?
Only nearly 3 hours.
2 hours only.
No, 3 hours. 2 hours 56. So it always rushes by, doesn't it?
That's very quick.
And we've had quite a good bunch of numbers on, and some great content. So, yeah, I'm. No, they did. The Asian A-hole and Flippy did hook up. There are some videos, you can see them together. But they didn't hook up with a frog. Yes, that they didn't. They hooked up together, but they didn't hook up with a frog. So Bert did not meet Ernie, Another one for the video. No, he hasn't. Well, he has, but it's been very limited. I think someone's got his head down. Same as the other lechon or bad boy from Bohol. Not to mention the lechon from Leyte. Oh, by the way, the lechon from Leyte is trying to get friendly or familiar with the local community and has been talking a lot about his AdSense money. Goodness. A guy who goes to Manila and stays in a 5-star hotel, but yet gets his Sims to pay for his in-laws' house. Well done. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. It's sad, really, how this all goes about. I haven't seen much activity. The only thing I've seen is that the Epstein Island crew, which are down to 2, the 2 old guys from the Muppet Show, they appear to be doing videos on each other backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. There's only so many cruise liners you can do. And then you've got the other fella who's, he's now, old. The dirty dog's always doing live streams. I guess he's trying to make his money back from the car he bought. He just, every second night, it's always the same, and it's just monotonous crap, drivel. But, I mean, here we go. Right? Okay, guys. Yeah, so people keep saying it, but somebody said they had contact with her. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, I'm not too clued in on that one. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's one that I haven't come across. Care to expand a little bit?
Who is Lavi?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Maybe it's one that I don't know. That's what. Yeah, exactly. Do the car wash video, then do live streams telling people how much the car cost, and then you go. The Simpsons start throwing money at him. It's terrible. You know, it's just shameful. Yeah, totally. That was an e-brake there alone. Uh-huh. Ah, right, I gotcha. Yeah, yeah, he's another one. I haven't had a chance to check him out a bit much, but I will definitely, astute, I will definitely look into that. I haven't had a chance to jump too much on that. Is that, oh, that's, isn't that the Polak, the Polish guy? Is it? I think it is. Yeah, he's another one. Okay, when they bring the travel traffic light. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm waiting to see what happens next because everybody doesn't, well, one country's saying one thing, another country's saying another. Yeah, that isn't that the Polish guy, Two Tone, if I'm not mistaken. Larry the Lush, I like that. That's good. Ah, right, yeah. Shit, I definitely have to jump on that one. Oh, okay. Ooh, oh, I'm gonna have to check him out. I definitely have to. I think I saw that advertised on or his video advertised on YouTube. I'm gonna have to look at that, guys. Definitely. Okay, I'm gonna give it 5 minutes more, guys. Then I'm gonna have to end it. I've got stuff I need to do before the morning, and I gotta have a shower in that because it's beginning a bit stinky. And
I can smell you from here.
you hear that? That's love. That. Love is pointing out that your other half stinks. Oh, good. Yeah, but it's been fun. Been very interesting, actually. It's been a different to the usual one. A lot of them are. A lot of them are. Ah, cheers, Scott. Sorry, mate. I know you normally jump on. I've had to do it a bit earlier than normal because I'm trying to balance getting other people on.
So you can learn this.
Yeah.
Scott, you're late.
Do frogs hibernate in the summer?
Where have you been, Scott?
I reckon he left the air conditioning on in his crappy little condo and he froze and he got stuck like that.
What's the one?
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem I've got is I've been monitoring some and he's been monitoring some and he's been monitoring some and it's trying to keep up with everything and it's not easy. But yeah, it should be fun.
I don't watch them all.
Thing is, there's too many. Just do your head in.
Wasting my time. My God, no, I have a lot of order.
Yeah, it was. Well, to a certain degree. Unfortunately, I think my Lost and myself got a bit stuck, and we just kept rabbiting on like two old women. But you know, it's what happens. It is what it is. That's your wife at 7 a.m. Hello, mate. Yeah, I know. I'll try to get it as best I can. It's difficult. You've got some in some parts of the world and some in others, and I tried to do this one to get the others that didn't get on last time. It's difficult, man. It's trying to balance the books. It's not easy. You never know. He might actually be ill. It's a good possibility. I mean, seeing that he didn't make it as a news broadcaster. What bad language? I didn't say a fucking word. How dare I? What's up, bro? Go ahead. I got to catch up with a lot of stuff. Yeah. Well, I'm the type of guy who doesn't. I try to stick to my. I don't like to compromise my principles much, so I tried to stay.
Before you go, Gio on his live stream, he will accept single mom if a kid is young enough to call him dad.
He's doing a lot, Scott. He's doing a lot of relationship videos. For a man in his position, he shouldn't even be doing one relationship video. He even said, I saw a bit of that, and he even turned around about the child and said,
"No, you just congratulate him that he accepts now."
He accepts now, does he?
Yeah, just congratulate him.
Why?
At least he accepts now.
He doesn't accept. Gio?
Yeah, he accepts. Hey, Scott said.
If the kid is young enough to call him dad.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't. He even said he didn't want a kid. He doesn't know what he wants. The guy changes his mind more than I change my underwear. And I change it often. Oh. She can give. Okay. Who are we referring to? I might miss something here. I missed everything. I know. I'll just stay on and talk to Scott. To hell with you. My wife's held the conversation. None of you love me anymore. We've actually had a total, as far as I could read, 15 in the house, which is good numbers for this channel, and good numbers just shows that basically people are paying attention and enjoying it, and I hope they do. I mean, next time I'm just gonna leave Lucy on, just the Lucy Kellner channel Chronicles, and just bugger off somewhere, go have a pint or something. My live streams, no, I did advertise it yesterday. The problem is I should have advertised it a couple of days before to give people time. The thing is, I had too much stuff. We had Lucy's checkups in Spain and had everything else to sort out. Believe it or not, I haven't stopped much. With work, I've been working night shifts, and during the day, with what broken sleep I've been able to get and doing other things as well, I really haven't had the time.
I'm also night shift.
Yeah, you made yourself night shift. So yeah, no, I'm sorry, Scott. Next time I'll try to give you a heads up earlier on Messenger. I apologize for that because I would have liked you to have. I'd love to have you on anyway. So it's always good to have you.
It looks like I've been working for 3 nights also.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. That's what we were. Myself and Lost were talking about earlier. Sex does sell, even in this modern day that we live in. The only problem is if that's all they've got, then they won't last long. Or it can't. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's a good question, Scott. Nobody knows. We were just talking about that. I think he's been stolen. Either that, or he's eaten V, or V's eaten him. Not sure which. You're already immune with everything on YouTube. Don't mind me, please. Good vibes. Always. We've always got good vibes on this channel. Bunch of nutters. People with no we're not well. We're really not well. The only sane one here is Lucy and probably yourself. The rest of us, we're all nuts. Yes. Yeah, she bloody is. Thanks for that, Dave. Love you. Have you seen Ego last? No. I've got to jump onto that.
So you two are working hard. What is your goal?
I've got to check on that. I will get back to you.
Have you seen Ego last video? Yeah.
What is our goal? Well, if we can get to it when the time comes, we want to do a bit of land where we live. We want to put some chalets to rent out to foreigners or even Pinoys at a reasonable rate, somewhere they can feel safe, comfortable, as well as come and go as they please. That is the plan.
Yeah, but we work on it, not for the.
Yeah, this comes out of our money, out of our pocket, not out of anybody else's. We're not doing YouTube for that, and we wouldn't. I'm not monetized, and Lucy's only just become monetized. I don't think we're going to get a lot of money out of this anyway, and that'll go to charity.
The money in here is just like 1 hour. My 1 hour wage for the YouTube.
Oh, apparently Harriet's saying that the more manly the talks, the more. There you go, chest up. The more manly talks, fellas. Thank you, Harriet. Appreciate that. She does. Probably. Even Filipinos are selling their bodies. Yeah, I know. It's the thing is, it's a difficult situation right now. There's a lot of crap going on. You know, it's difficult times for everyone, and the only reason I'm taking out these people, these e-beggars, is because we know who they are personally, and this is just shit. You know, there's a million one things you can do with your life. Some may have to do what they do. They don't have to. Oh, shot, Rog. Get out of that one. Right, we got here. Oh, boy. Okay, I'll leave you two to talk that one out. I always remember. Okay, that's definitely not in my league. I know what's going on. Okay, well, it's great to have everybody on board. A few more minutes, and we will be saying bye-bye. Just because we think you're that special. We do. And I won't try to hold off. To go to Phil's. Okay. Well, we are still looking towards the end of the year. If the Philippines gets its fingers out and starts vaccinating or whatever it is they want to do, because they keep changing their minds, it's difficult to make any kind of guess. We're just watching it day by day and seeing where this kicks off. You know, we've got things we need to do there. We've got the new condo in Manila we've got to sort out. There's land stuff that we need to sort out. We need to plan the chalets so that when we can afford to build them, we can build them. There's a lot we need to sort out. You know, it's just one of those things, and we just can't do anything right now. It's not good.
But we will go on October. COVID like it or not.
Yes, we're going to try to go October, so be late October more than likely. Okay.
Oh, Ego is a friend.
Thank you, Astute. Really appreciate it. Great to have you on board. You know, we are very open here. We love to have you on board. I love talking to you guys. Lucy does as well. She's stolen the show again. I'm leaving. I'm done. Take care, Astute. See you. Ego is angry with a friend. Oh, yeah. Yes. She mentioned about losing viewers. They are all starting to lose. What can I tell you? All right, David. David, been great having you on board, mate. I'll try to do another one the same sort of time frame to get everybody in. The same sort of thing. I'll try to do it in about a week or so's time, but I will notify guys earlier so that you know you're ready for it. I don't want anybody left out. Left a couple out this time, and I will try to post the notification earlier. If you've got to subscribe, if you're not, subscribe if you want to carry on watching these sort of live streams. And anybody that comes on the live stream wants to jump up and have a chat, so long as you keep respect and you have your opinion, I'll have mine, and vice versa, we've got no issues. You're entitled to your opinion, as I am mine, and we're going to be on fine. We just had one with a really good one with Lost. Really enjoyed having him on. And he's not wrong in what he says. I like what he said. He makes a lot of sense. It's sometimes very easy to miss the bigger picture. However, the bigger picture has grey areas. So we've agreed to disagree on many things, but we've agreed on many, many, many things. Love the guy. I'm going to want him on again. Yeah, good fun. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You guys chat away. Yeah? You've stolen the wife. You know, you've stolen the channel. I'll just go talk to Lost all day and, you know, screw you. Yeah. No, it's been brilliant, mate. I've been watching as we've been chatting, but, you know how it goes. You get involved in a conversation, and the conversation was a really good one. Interesting. Very interesting.
That's therefore.
And Lucy, Lucy has great communication skills. She always did. Brilliant. Have a. Oh, thank you, Brian. Really, really appreciate it, brother. Yeah, jump in anytime. We'll do it. We'll do it again soon for you. I'm really glad you did. Yeah, and if anytime you want to jump on, we'll have you. Yeah. Good night, Mark. Thank you, brother. Yeah. Good night, Harriet. Thank you for coming online. Please subscribe, and I'll come on again. We'll have you. We're happy to have you here. Good to have.
The echo is crying. Where?
I'll explain.
Okay.
Thank you, Roger. Really appreciate it, brother. You know I always appreciate you. Yeah.
Thanks.
No, I haven't. I've got to check that one. It was a recent one. Got to find that one out. Yeah, I know. It's just gone midnight here. I've got to get shower. Guys, I'm going to end the live stream now. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Both Lucy and I had a blast, and we need to keep co-hosting this. I mean, my ugly mug's no good for you guys anymore. You've already stolen Lucy. So, yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one. I hope to see you, and I promise I will. Advertise, yeah. Oh, nice.
Wow.
I will advertise earlier to get you guys time so you can sort yourselves out. Then we can have a proper stream, and we'll have a few more on. I'll drop the link. We'll get to chat. Was this on the most recent one? The evil mind twitches here. That should be fun. Gonna look at that, Scott. I'll catch you later. I'll send you a private. So, yeah. Guys, thanks so much. I'm going to off now. Thank you.
Bye.
Brilliant. Bye-bye.
Bye, people.
Bye. See you soon. Bye-bye, Scott.